exciting session of Tales of Tellos, the Steam Mage. I am your humble Dungeon Master, DM Order, and I'm joined by these awesome individuals who are the heroes of the campaign. We've got an interesting session tonight. We're going to see what happens with the group as they are persevering and settling in, not just in Xeric, but now searching for the Dwelven Ruins. Before that, we get into that. If you're interested in watching any of our previous episodes, though, any of the 59 others, because this is episode 60, feel free to check us out on our YouTube channel, Castles and Calamities. All of our episodes are uploaded there, as well as our sister campaign, which is called the Acronymic Adventures Guild. So if you're interested in a campaign that takes place in the Age of Antiquity, involves a lot of now survival, and as the bad guys have won, and we're trying to now figure out a way to win again, the good guys. Check it out. It's an interesting time for it. With that being said, let's go into our recap of what happened last time on session 59. That may color what happens now for session 60. So the group last time woke up at the Miser Mansion. They had a very interesting morning of sorts, including Erlon wearing a bathrobe, and that was the only thing he was wearing as he walked around the house. But the group was able to have an overall pleasant morning, and they prepared to go out. They went to the Happy Treant, a bar located at Cobblestone in Zarek, and it was there they met Dewdrop. They spoke with Dewdrop, who was an information broker in Zarek, but not before Erlon gambled some coin away, and he won the first two rounds, but because of the double or nothing, the last round he unfortunately lost and had to pay 30,000 silver. Afterwards, Dewdrop got the group into one of the back rooms and was able to talk to them about what she had found out, including about the fact that the Dwelven Ruins, the entrance to them, moves. Every night it goes from a different location, from one place to the other for it, with no rhyme or reason, supposedly for it. She gave you also a song to sing in order to activate the little bit of the stone magic that is within it. And the group then decided that they were going to enjoy that this last night before they were to commit, because the only way that they can find the entrance is between the hours of 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. So, enjoying the last normal night they had, the group went to the movies. And that's what we're going to be picking up very quickly, just talking about the cinema experience of the group. And then we're going to go into the actual session of what is happening on the last day of summer, because it is the 25th of Earth, the last day of summer. With that being said, I would like everyone to roll me a d20, and let's get the party started for session 6. Alice with the 15, Chance with the 10, Lance with a 19, Zanny for the 8, and Erlon 3. So I was getting curious. I was getting like, oh wow, we're actually above the curve. Nope, there it is. The 8 and the 3.
Whoop,
All
there
right,
it is.
balance. All right, so it looks like for tonight's session, we're going Lance, then Alice, then Chance, Zanny, and Erlon. All right, so let's start with you, Lance. What is Lance feeling as he's getting ready for the movies? Number one, I don't. You can roll a d20 if you want to determine, or just outright say if Lance has ever been to the cinemas before. So, what is Lance?
I rolled a 10.
I would say you haven't. It's usually 10 or 11 or higher, 10 or lower. So, what's Lance's feeling about going to the cinemas?
Um, he is curious as to what type of what sorcery is this, is what's going through his head.
What sorcery? Awesome.
Moving pictures? Bah, humbug.
Wow.
Who's
Awesome.
going to sit there and cast major illusion for an hour or whatever?
Right? It sounds ridiculous. So awesome. Let's go to Alice. Alice, you had some time with Bruce, but then you got ready. What is Alice's feeling as she's getting ready to go to the cinemas?
Um, she's actively trying to make this as normal a night as possible. So the second anyone tries to talk shop, she's gonna thump them on the back of the head. So she's really leaning into the we're just normal everyday people. She's even wearing semi-roomic outfit or clothing today, you guys. She's wearing bright fucking orange. Uh, but yeah, no, she's just trying to act like an everyday evening in Zurich.
Awesome. All right. Let's then go to Chance. Chance, how's Chance feeling as she's getting ready for this experience? You could
Uh,
also roll a d20 or just outright say if you want to decide if Chance has ever seen any cinemas at Erdita.
Chance is not going to the movies.
No?
No.
Okay. Cool beans then. So she's just going to stay in. All right.
Yeah.
And Zanny. What's Zanny's mood to going to the movies?
Uh she's trying to I think she's trying to like just embrace the one night of normalcy. She has uh she's done a sending out to Laura before she heads out, telling her, I'm about to go see a movie. I'll tell you what it's like after I'm done. I have no idea what these things are.
Okay. Let me know how the movies are. From the tone, you imagine she also has no idea what it is.
And Zanny's just kind of Zanny doesn't know what the attire is for it, so she's kind of going business casual of like just her usual just blouse and trousers, and then she's wearing her armored coat over it because she wears that armored coat just pretty much everywhere.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see. And then Erlon. How is Erlon's mood as he's going to the cinemas?
Pretty excited. He thinks it's his, it was his idea anyways. So he's pretty stoked. Uh, uh, dressed per usual, no sleeves, just ready to go. Kind of
Great.
excited.
So most of the group heads out and is able to go towards Zessine Square. This is the evening. You all are traveling over there, and you see that it is a very bustling area with a couple of forts in the distance, but also a lot of different outlets and different recreational activities, including Bashar's bowling alley, the Paragons, as well as the Garrison. But you eventually go to the cinemas. Bruce is there, and he acquires the tickets for it. And as everyone is entering, uh, all of you except for Lance smell an intriguing smell popcorn. I will ask, what are the Zanny and Erlon's reaction to the smell of popcorn that they've never had before?
Is Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
I was just gonna ask, is it this is an important question. Is this like just popcorn? Is it salted? Is it buttered? Is that different smells?
I'd say it's salted and buttered. There's some that are salted and buttered, yeah.
Yeah, it smells like bad decisions. Zanny instantly is in love with it.
And you guys do see them. They're getting like there's like those there's only one size, and it's kind of like the small size for us nowadays. Uh, but yeah, you see that they're offering that as a way for if you want to have that as a snack. You would also notice there are a bunch of these weird contraptions. They're about Erlon size for it as a unit of measurement. And they have this weird cycling thing with a person supposing to, like, you see a couple people are just like staring into like this oracular device. Uh, and some of them are getting excited as the area kind of like spins for it. Do any of you people like Lance, Zanny, and Erlon dare to try those machines?
Oh, we dare.
Poke at it with a stick.
Yeah.
All right. You go over there and you see that it requires 2 silver to activate it. You have to put two silver coins in it.
Okay.
Who's the first one doing it?
I mean, Zany's here to like take in all the things, so I don't know if somebody's gonna beat her to it, but she's definitely doing one.
All right. Roll me you go to one, you put the 2 silver coins in. Roll me a d6.
Marked off the 2 silver. Okay, number 3.
3. Okay. So you put in the 2 silver and you kind of like look into the device, and then you start hearing the machine whirl, and you see a moving image in your being projected forward. It is in black and white, but you see a couple of boxers boxing with each other. It is a very like heated boxing match, but they're moving pictures. It only lasts 2 minutes, but you're able to see this intense boxing match. And eventually, one person does a knockout punch, and it is silent
Well,
film, but you're able to see this whole thing playing out just for 2 silver.
like 10 seconds in, as soon as Zany realizes what it is, she looks over at Red and says, "You come here, come here, come here, come here. You gotta see this."
So, Big Red, do you look into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see the same thing. It is black and white moving images. You kind of, Zanny, you're kind of seeing the moving spinning gear or spinning spear. It's cycling through the film for it. You don't know what it is, but you're imagining whatever is happening. The images, the pictures are being overlaid, moving very fast paced, one after another, to create this moving projection of sorts.
So is this the movie? This is it?
I don't think this is it yet. I think these are things that we can just do while we maybe wait, I think.
It's like an appetizer.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like he said. But look at it. It looks real, doesn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong. They were fighting pretty good. You probably could have whipped both of them, but like, it looked good.
Mm-hmm. And you see there are 12 machines of this. Alice, you would know these are called kinetoscopes. They're actually a thing that used to exist.
I'm watching and laughing silently at their excitement, like a mother and her children at the candy store for the first time.
I'm going to go to every single one and pay for
Okay. So like I said, there's 12. So if you want to
12.
watch the other, if you want to watch the other 11, that's 22 silver. They're only 2 silver each.
I look at Lance. Can I dip in the fund for this?
Lance just hands you the coins out of his own pocket and just is like, whatever. He's more curious going back to seeing the snack and trying to figure out what it is.
So do you go order some popcorn for it?
Yes.
Okay. So you go over and you do see there's popcorn and pretzels being offered. They're each 10 silver.
Are they
There's
soft
also-
pretzels?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And there's 2 types of drinks that are being offered at this moment. There's Dreama and Zipno. No Orca Cola, unfortunately.
Lance is going to have to talk to the manager.
Zipno is good. Pepsi is good. The equivalent of Pepsi is good.
Lance will get a Dreama, popcorn, and a pretzel.
Awesome. So that's 27 silver. And then yeah, and then as you're ordering it, there you see lots of kids are excited. They're eating like the popcorn. A couple of them are throwing popcorn at each other. It's just is having a fun. But as you taste it, what is Lance's reaction to first time eating popcorn?
I don't.
You roll for it. 14.
I meant to roll that straight. He doesn't like it.
Okay.
He can't smell it, so to him it just tastes like chewing corn, like this weird texture. he tries it a couple times and then hands it to Zanny and be like, "This stuff is gross."
All right. Zanny, do you try the popcorn?
Oh yeah, I'm probably like, I saw Red take off to go try all of them, and I got in line maybe like a person or two behind Lancer, and just. Oh yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yep. And you could decide whether your character likes it or roll for it if you want.
That's a lot of salt. I don't mind it.
Would not have a sense of
Oh,
smell. The sweet would be something he could taste. The salty would not be something that he would really taste.
Oh, mine goes the other way.
Really?
Yeah.
ew.
When I lost my sense of smell before, I had COVID, I could taste sweet. I couldn't taste anything salty.
I just can't taste all that well, and I can feel salty a lot better than I can sweet.
I could feel salty, but that's probably why he wouldn't like it, because he feels like the burn of the salty and then the popcorn, it would just irritate his
Yeah.
mouth.
It's delightful, 10 out of 10.
It's like acid in your mouth almost.
Yeah, that is when I got COVID, like I couldn't taste coffee. That was the thing that ruined it, and that was horrible for me. You all know how many times you see me drinking coffee.
I discovered I didn't have a sense of taste when I went to take a drink of my good scotch, and it tasted like rubbing alcohol.
Ugh,
Oh no.
I was like, "Oh, that's disappointing."
yeah, that's when I was like, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so Zanny, you like the popcorn. You go over to try to give some to Erlon. Erlon, you're watching a bunch of the different ones doing it. You see there's a lot of different ones. There's ones showcasing like different parts of different cities. There's one that shows like an attractive woman called Happy Beauty. You see one, the dawn over the Aries forest. There's something about like a comedian talking, and it kind of like it stops every moment for a few moments, and it shows like a black card with script on it, and it's telling jokes for it. So you're just able to enjoy a wide variety of these different kinetic scopes for it.
If he's approached with the popcorn, then he'll just reach towards it, like still looking into the kinescopes and
And
just
you eat
feeling
it,
for
and
it.
what is Erlon's reaction to popcorn?
We're gonna roll for this because I don't know if you would like it or not. So we'll do even. He likes it. Odd, he doesn't. Okay, he fucking does not like it.
He spits it out.
Why would they do such a thing to corn? Corn's so damn good.
Two people don't like. Bruce is just like looks sad as he's enjoying the popcorn.
What am I supposed to snack on now that this is terrible?
You do
During
see
this
that there
movie?
are pretzels and soda.
Pretzels.
Is there licorice here?
Sure, I'll say there is. I didn't put it on the menu, but yeah, sure.
Lance would have also bought licorice, however much it cost.
Okay, mark off 10 silver.
There's snow capped.
Lance just hands Erlon a piece of licorice. Like,
Sour
here,
Patch?
this will fix that.
Erlon
So
chews on it for a while. Does not understand.
You will eventually enter the cinema, the actual like theater, and you start to see it's very much kind of like old school style. The seats are there. There's lights, and then there's a screen with projector. You guys take your seats, and the view that Alice and Bruce have picked is a soccer match. So I'm gonna ask for everyone. You guys could pick and choose whether or not you would like it, but you can decide if you would like watching a quick soccer match. So let's start with Lance. How is Lance? He's heard of soccer. You talked to Risick Senior about it. How do you like football for it? Watching it.
Oh, he probably enjoys it. Just because it's something different that he hasn't actually seen before. Sorry, I was laughing at Aaron. I just imagine her making the face of the black licorice comment.
Let's see, black licorice. That's because probably also black is better than red. I like red licorice more than black, but it's not like antithesis to me. It's not like disgusting. I like both are okay, but I
I
prefer
will
red.
go out of my way when I'm at the ocean to get black licorice ice cream, and I will also go out of my way to go to old candy shops and get blackjack bubble gum, the black licorice flavored gum. And I know I am the only person in the world that does that under the age of 80.
Alice's reaction. So that's hilarious. But yeah, yeah, that's funny. But yeah, Lance, you're able to enjoy a good soccer match with football for it, and you're able to enjoy it. This is a rerun from last week's session, but you see it is the mountain runners versus the sand striders. So you're able to see the two different groups making their scores and everything, and ultimately the mountain runners are the ones that win. So let's go to then Alice.
Would we have known that?
What?
Would that have been in the paper?
You did not come here last week with because this is you
A
would
full
not have
week
known-
ago.
This is about last week. So they
Oh,
play
okay.
there are two films only playing. The previous one and then the new release. Every week and then the new one gets replaced and goes into the last week's release.
Okay. I wouldn't have known if it was like, did we know this
Yeah.
score
Yeah,
of the game?
whether or not you knew it, I mean, you weren't here when the match happened. So
Can I roll a history check to see if I would have learned it somehow?
Sure, because you guys were in the desert a week ago. Yeah, you know it.
Erlon or Lance is gonna lean over to Erlon when it starts and goes, "Hey, I bet you 5 silver. The whatever team you just said wins is gonna win this."
You don't even know what the name of the team is, you jerk.
You can roll a history check to see if you would have learned about who won this match.
A history check?
Yep, you only need a 10 or higher.
Joke's on you. I have a +2.
You would know the mountain runners win.
Wow, Lance, what a surprise. Trying to bet on something that you already know the answer to. Damn you. If it wasn't
I
enough
just-
that stupid other one took advantage of betting with me.
I was just gonna say you were in a betting mood. I figured I would just
Yeah,
join the club.
never
but-
again. Never again.
Awesome. All right, let's go to Alice. Alice, are you able, with Bruce by your side in your seat, able to enjoy the soccer match?
First off, we definitely left them to go sit about 3 rows back. And watch over our children from afar. And
Wow.
she does not care about the movie whatsoever. This is not her choice of movies, so she's just been blabbering in Bruce's head this whole time with her one-way telepathy.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He also has a ring of mind shielding. He would have, but they'll let it
Knock,
go down.
knock, knock.
I just said.
I know.
We would have.
He turned it off.
He closes the door slowly, so you don't notice, and then just keeps it closed, and then occasionally opens it. Here's you still talking. No,
Unless he's just acquired telepathy in the past. No, she's not like incessantly talking, but to not disturb the peas.
yeah, fair. You
Yeah.
just kind of smiling, nodding, and chuckling occasionally. And then you occasionally get hit with popcorn, Alice.
That's fine. That's fine. Darn it, there's nothing I can do to Erlon either, which makes me even more angry.
Awesome. Let's go to Zanny. Zanny, this is your first cinema. You're seeing moving images. Occasionally, you do hear some sound coming. It's not sound like that's integrated in it, but there are like sensory crystals that are that have recorded the sound and are just playing them separately every now and then, especially when
Huh.
there's a goal for it. It's very soft, but you're still able to get a little bit of an ambiance for it magically. But this is your first time seeing a movie. What does Zanny feel?
Is football particularly huge in the RIA? Is it done much in the RIA, or is this like a new thing to Zanny as well?
You would have heard of it in the northern parts, so it is present, but it's not a widespread like a sport. It's more of just a
Okay. So she's she's just kind of quietly watching it, and she's both simultaneously like trying to figure out how it all works, but at the same time there's moments where she sees somebody get hit a certain way and she's like, oh, that's how that injury happens.
You're looking at it from a medical perspective.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Erlon, how's Erlon feeling? Number one, a cinema, his first cinema experience, and then number two, watching football as a sport.
Pretty. I mean, he's enjoying it quite a bit. Not only that it's football, but also that, I mean, this is the first time he's seeing stuff like this. The only thing he can't understand is why he can't hear anything.
Yeah,
He's very, very annoyed by that. But other than that, enjoying it because it's like feels like he's there, but it's all quiet. So
awesome. All right. The movie comes to an end, and you guys see a lot of people clap a little bit and then head out. The other movie is still going. Excuse me. The other
bless you.
movie is still going. But otherwise, you guys are able to exit the cinema or hang out in the lobby, continue watching any other kinetic scopes that you wish.
Hey, can we sneak to the other movie?
There is a
Darling, you don't want to go watch the other movie. It's about waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Are you a bard now too? What have I done?
What have I done?
What have I
You didn't
done?
even touch him.
That you know of.
Oh, what?
One second.
Maybe it's her sister's rubbing off on me.
No.
I
You
think
better
it was you rubbing off on her sister.
very much. No, at least to my sister.
All right. With
DM's
that
like,
being said-
stop
DM
it,
just,
all of
yeah,
you.
DM just speaks off camera, then shows like, all right.
All right. With that being said, it is a good night overall that you all experience on the 24th. And you all can check that off your list that you all have watched the cinemas for those who it was their first time. So, next week's cinema, let me just look at the calendar. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Next week's cinema is the Dragon Chess Champion match. So, for those who like Dragon Chess. So,
Oh, hey, I'm in that one, guys.
yeah, so there we go.
What the hell you are?
All right. Everyone, make sure you mark off a long rest. It is now the 25th of Earth, and we're going to now start asking. You all are, so we're going to time soup a majority of this because right now the main thing is you guys have all day to do anything you want in the city with the understanding that you're going to have to stay awake and try to find the door between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. So remember that. You can do anything you want throughout the day, but you all are basically on the job at night. So the question now becomes, what are you all doing during the day? Well, that's the first question. But also the second question will be, where are you going to start your search for it? So let me ask, which question do you want to address first?
What are we doing
I know-
during the day?
There, we got one vote for
guess-
during the day.
I
Anyone
mean
else?
that kind of makes sense chronologically.
Yep.
I know where I want to start at night.
Yeah. So then, yeah, let's start during the day, and then we'll get to the where you're gonna start at night and figure out that strategy for it all. So, all right, Lance, it is the 25th, the last day of summer. First things first, do you read the newspaper?
Probably.
Cool. So I'm gonna grab the newspaper just really quickly. And there is a newspaper copy in the Miser mansion. Nasir always picks up a copy, but the headline catches your attention. And you don't have to read the whole thing, but you basically skim it and find out that one of the mage towers, the Blood Tower, tried to ascend to godhood, and it failed horrifically, causing arcane fire, and it's threatening to burn part of that city over in Carthar. Does Lance have any reaction to other people who are trying to ascend to godhood?
Lance is probably just reading this whole article like, why would you knew that wasn't gonna work? What stupid book were you reading that you thought that was gonna work? Whose old grimoire did you read and thought, hey, that's gonna work? Lance is literally like walking with the paper as he's reading this. Like he's going to find Zanny. Like Zanny, Zanny, Zanny. He doesn't care if he's waking other people up. He's going to find Zanny.
Is the Blood Tower here, or is it in another land?
It's in the far east.
Or
Or
far
west.
West, yeah.
What?
Look. He just holds the paper up. Look what some stupid did.
Stupid fucking idiots. What? Why?
Right?
What bullshit book did they fucking read that was like, oh, we're gonna become a god, and oh, why?
If you find a grimoire that says do this and become a god, you should probably just burn the grimoire because it's probably a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, okay. There's a whole other thing about that, but like on top of that, like, look, I get it. I get becoming immortal. I get it, cause like some of y'all got like 100 years, 120 tops around this fucking world. So I get it. You wanna make that like forever. Okay, I understand that. But like, why become a god? That's so much fucking work.
Yeah, like becoming an immortal is like actually pretty easy. Like truly, like it's on a scale of 1 to 10, it's
Yeah.
only like an ape.
Yeah, and like it's wild, but it's like up there on the list of attainable things. And then like once you get it, you don't have to go crazy to like keep it forever. You just might go crazy because you are insane. But like this shit's like, okay, so now you're a god. Now what, dumbass? Now you got worshipers, now you gotta listen to them, and you gotta sit there and take all their requests and decide, oh well, who gets the blessings and who doesn't. And this is so much. Why?
And then you have to deal with the whiniest people ever, clerics.
Yeah. Oh, beseech
Both
me
of,
for divine intervention. Help me.
both of you can roll wisdom checks.
The 16's looking at us and is so pissed off. We are just shit talking so much.
So you have 18 for Lance and 14. So yeah, both of you pass. So you be aware that there are different kinds of gods. Most of them require worship, but that's aside the point. The thing that frightens you a little bit, or potentially concerns you a lot, is this is probably going to inflame a lot of opinions on the West and the East right before the month of peace happens.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Lance, aside from reading the newspaper and getting upset at blood magic being used to try to ascend to godhood, what is Lance doing throughout the rest of the day for the 25th?
Lance is just trying to figure out like I don't. Lance is just hanging out during the day. He's trying to finish his bones, I guess. He's not doing anything else.
Okay.
He's
I
just
believe-
muttering to himself about stupid towers, and there needs to be less towers, and stupid people shouldn't be in charge of towers, and well, he's fixing bones in the
Yeah.
corner of Alice's house.
Roll your jewelry check with advantage, because that's all you're focusing on throughout the day.
Dex. 16.
16 works. You are able, I believe, to now restore all of your bones. So all your
Perfect.
skelly buddies are back to normal.
Just Alice walks by and just hears Lance muttering about stupid blood, stupid towers, stupid stupids, and well, he's putting bone puzzles back together, and
I will though say you have to mark off a 3rd level spell slot to cast the spells. So just make sure you also do that, because we're going to go into potential whatever happens tonight. But you're down 1 spell slot for animations.
he will.
Are you taking a short rest for arcane recovery? You can do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, he's gonna just burn the 3rd. He'll save the arcane recovery for later if he needs it.
Okay. Awesome. So just make sure you mark that off, because you don't know what's going to happen tonight.
I
Yeah.
did. I just
Cool. Any
Yeah.
last thing that Lance wants to do, or that you want made canon that Lance does throughout the last day of summer?
After he's done with all of that, Lance is gonna go swimming.
Yes. You're able to swim and enjoy, and I think, yeah, you already discussed this. You know how to swim. You were swimming in the under river and everything. So
Not well, but he
Not
does
well,
know
but
how to
just-
swim.
you know how to swim, and that's the most important thing. So you get into your bathing suit, and then you just start diving into the pool. And it is
Yeah,
7
Lance is
can
rocking his loincloth in Alice's backyard.
Awesome. All right. Let's continue on with Alice. Alice, what are you doing throughout the last day of summer?
Well, she's gonna give Zanny the puppy dog eyes and show up for their morning little workout routine with her husband in tow.
First things first, roll persuasion check for Bruce to
No,
get
no,
up early on
no.
a 5th day. On
Get-
his day.
Get your
Go.
frick
This
diggling
man, stay off.
Yeah,
butt up.
I mean, you did ask a bard to roll a persuasion.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
You rolled a 3 and got a 16.
I know, that's what
Yes.
makes it success. It wasn't high DC. I'm
Yes.
just asking you to roll it.
That was like Chance rolling a 35 earlier on something.
Yeah, right?
She said,
Bard.
"Do it now."
Bards. All right. So he's there. He's sleepy, but yeah, he is with you, Alice. And what do you do with Zanny when Zanny's stretching, getting ready for her workout?
Zanny's just like she's getting finished with her stuff. She turns around, and is like, she just looks at Alice and points at Bruce.
Darling,
Is-
he can't continue to run away from his problems if he doesn't know how to run, so...
Oh, he's
How to run.
you're coming with us? You want to go on on some training while we're here?
Yes. Yes.
I...
He doesn't want to, but he's doing it.
Look, I have it under good authority that he needs to work out a little bit, and I'm not saying that you look perfect, darling. Don't take this as a bash on your physical appearance. I just have it on good authority that you need to, flex your bardly self a little bit. Oh, Zanny, guess what?
I feel like this is somehow a lead in to a threesome in some way, and I just want you to know that I'm not down for that.
Yet. Alice is gonna grab Zadie by her cheeks and squish him and go, Bruce is a valor bard, we figured it out.
Oh, well, that's good. Oh, with guns,
Yes.
I like it even better.
I know running's not going to exactly help his ability to aim, but hopefully it'll, help somehow.
But well, I mean, do you need help aiming, Brucey? I just
I mean,
called you Brucey. Oh, that felt weird. I'm so sorry.
Yes, you definitely don't know. Yes, I go to the gun range a couple of times a week, so I think I'm getting better.
I mean, well, okay, but have you ever done any like live targets? Like, have you ever gone on a hunting excursion or?
Can't say that I have. Alice did recommend that I try practicing with moving targets, so thinking about going, paying someone at the gun range to throw the discs into the air, and then I shoot at them.
I mean, there's that option. You could take some shots at me.
No, see, I already suggested that, perhaps I bring Erlon into the equation. I mean, what better time would Erlon have? I said, Erlon is a fantastic sparring partner because, Zenny, to be quite frank, you would be too nice to Brucey.
No.
No.
Have I been nice to you?
No, not once, actually.
No. This isn't about because I like you or not. It's because I want you to keep surviving. And if you want Bruce to get in on that, I just give him the same treatment. I mean, I'm talking about you like you're not here. I'm sorry again, honey.
I'll just say also with Erlon, I mean, he's talented with that axe, or axes. He has two of them. I'm not an axe wielder.
No,
I'm
but
not
I feel like you could shoot him a few times, to be completely honest.
Oh, why would I shoot an ally?
He'll be fine. Zenny will fix him.
I mean, I just told you to shoot at me.
This is. How are you so calm at shooting each other? This is not normal.
Alice is just gonna point to the bullet wound in her side. It's not that bad.
Darling, it is terrifying that you think that way.
Well, I mean, part of it is I do want to test this new coat too. I got to put it through its paces somehow, and I might as well do it in a controlled environment with somebody who won't kill me.
Try not to.
Oh, honey, I adore you, and you are everything to this woman. You couldn't if you tried.
Watch it crits.
Watch my adamantine kick in.
Bam.
Yeah, I know. So.
I don't.
Right. So first things first, you guys are going for a run. And
Yeah.
Alice, Zanny, and Bruce are gonna roll athletics checks. So everyone roll athletics.
Okay. Bruce is gonna be fine. I'm gonna be the one that dies here.
Yeah, Bruce rolled a 17.
Yeah, I rolled a 1, so
Oh,
I'm gonna
no,
hold on. I'm gonna re-roll that
Immediately tripped.
so I don't sprain my ankle. Thanks.
Are you rolling?
Okay.
Okay. For a second there, it's like, all right, let's go for a run. Just immediately fall and face plants into the cement.
Oh.
You trip, but you don't fall because then you catch yourself luckily, get it, and then continue on with the 12.
I am looking around for Crab Humra and her rocks.
Like, somewhere there's a crab. Awesome. You have a good workout, and then later on, when you insist on Bruce firing a shot at you, Zanny, he will take a shot with his revolver.
I'm not making it easy for him. I am giving myself the dodge action. Like I'm gonna set up. Like I want him to try.
Advantage?
Yeah, I want him to try, but I'm also making it hard for him to hit me.
Okay, so taking the dodge action, disadvantage. Let's see. He rolled a 23 first, but then the 8, so that's a miss. But you do see he has good form since he rolled a 23 the first one. But you're moving very quickly as you dodge.
You really okay? So, like, quick pointers. Your form's good. You lead your shots good. You telegraph where you're going to fire. It makes it pretty easy for me to just kind of get out of the way of the bullet. Which sounds absolutely insane when I say it out loud, but if you can read a person's eyes, you can know where that thing's going and you can get out of the way of it.
He does have beautiful eyes, doesn't he?
Not as beautiful as yours, my dear. He like cups your face and then gives you a kiss, and then continues the training montage for it. I will ask Alice, are you going to ask Erlon to get involved in this?
Alice is going to mention it offhandedly to Erlon at some point, just that she knows Bruce does not need hand-to-hand combat, but Bruce also might need the ability to fight somebody, like punch him, so she's gonna ask Erlon to, maybe at some point in time if she can talk Bruce into it, get a little grapple fest on. Nothing too harsh.
Can't promise it for sure.
Darling,
Dirty.
look. I just want to know he's very reliant on the gun right now, and as someone who's very reliant on my magic and having to learn how to properly use a sword, I don't want him to be in a situation where he doesn't have a gun and is suddenly just unfortunately unable to do anything.
Look, Alice, I was always taught that bones only grow stronger if you break them first.
If you break any of Bruce's bones, Elon, I'm going to take that coat from you and I'm going to make you march through the desert on end without sleeping while I wear the cloak and I don't get exhausted, and I'm going to just tire you out that way until you're so bone tired you cannot walk anymore. And I have suggestion. I can make you do it. Don't break his bones.
We'll see.
Darling, please.
Look, Alice, look, I love the cloak. Really like it. The threat was great, but this is Bruce we're talking about.
I know, and I love him dearly, and I know you love him dearly. So I know you would never want any harm to come to Brucey.
From others, yeah.
Just just teach him some like punching form or
That's
something.
fine. Yeah, I'd be happy to do it.
Not by
Alright.
punching him.
That's the only way to teach someone.
Ugh. Lon. I'm trying to branch out and help everyone feel included, but I feel like anybody else would be nicer about teaching. I could teach him how to punch. Okay, I'm just.
No. Look. I'm happy to help him out. All right, but if I accidentally swing too hard, I'm apologizing now.
Okay, with your fist, not your axe, correct?
Well, what is he gonna be using?
Well, I haven't really asked. I mean, mostly he just uses a gun, but we're trying to avoid dependence on that. So maybe
Oh,
hand-to-hand
hold on.
combat,
You're
hand-to-hand
telling
combat,
me-
hand-to-hand combat.
Okay, because I was about to say, you're telling me to not bring my axe into a gunfight?
Are you saying you couldn't take a
I've-
couple bullets, Elon?
I've already taken plenty of bullets for you guys, and they've hurt.
They do hurt terribly, don't they? I told him they didn't
do.
hurt. It was a lie.
Yeah, I like raised your one shot to the chest to like the 5 or 6 that I took.
You're a little bit more robust than I.
And you want Bruce to be the same. So, I took a couple of shots and look at me now.
Elon, if you shoot Bruce, I don't even have a good. I might smother you with a pillow, honestly.
All right. Challenge accepted.
I will say for the last thing for you, Alice, is that Bruce does decide that he's gonna go buy a shield.
Oh, see?
Oh, so we're like,
Yeah, he's thinking about buying a shield, maybe some armor. if
Riot
he has
shield.
to wear it. But for now, he's not really a fan of armor because he usually wears his suits. But a shield might work. He's just not sure how he would be carrying it around for everything.
How much money does he have?
Theoretical question. Because
No,
his
no.
money's right now tied up a lot.
Theoretical answer, because if he wanted good armor that he could still wear a suit under, Lance has an idea.
Also,
What do you?
I'm wearing armor that I wear over a dress. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, but he's going
Well,
to like business meetings and other things. But
He's classy, not trashy, so I was gonna actually try to help him. So
what does Lance tell Bruce?
Lance was if he brought it up at all, like around us, Lance would be like, "Oh, you should get some elven chain. You could wear it under your clothes. It's what a lot of wizards end up wearing. It's just expensive."
Possibly do that. I think I'll go and possibly do that. Yes.
They had some at that magic shop doohickey place that we went to,
Yes, I'll have to explore that.
but it's light. You can't even hear it. Like it doesn't rustle. So, but you could wear it like under a normal shirt, in between your undershirt and like your button up, and you'd hardly even notice it's there. And it doesn't affect your magic casting ability.
So you'll start researching that and look into it, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's see, Elven Chain for Bruce.
Alice, are we able to do surprise attacks on him to help him get ready?
Not with a sharp object, preferably.
Oh no, that's fine.
No, don't make it like a wounding attack. Make it like a push or a shove or something, but just enough to know that he would have been gotten.
All right.
Don't deck my
Lance-
husband, Lance. For every time my husband informs me he's been decked, I'm going to deck one of you.
I'm not gonna hit him.
Not Nima and not Billy, or don't let Billy headbutt my husband in the back of the knees.
I was just gonna have Billy just run up and just headbutt him from behind randomly.
Oh, by the 16, I'm in a house of a bunch of literal and figurative animals.
Zara just run up and kick him in the shin and just run away.
Oh, good lord.
This is the combat training that Allison.
I've made this man's life hell at home.
Gordy just run up and like jump down from the ceiling and like grapple him around the neck, slam him to the ground, suplex him, and then leave.
I'm going to have to enforce a curfew on this, okay? Because if you show up in our bedroom at night, I will not hold back.
You go to bed and Ike's just in your four-post bed, in the top, just like this, looking down at you.
Danny just starts stealthing and hitting Bruce. Awesome.
Oh, my poor husband. I'm going to think he's having an affair with someone else with all the bruises all over him.
All right. If anything else, Alice, that you're doing throughout the day for the last day of summer?
Yeah, I'm going to talk to my dad at some point, but that's a later conversation if we don't have it now. I'm not picky. I just
Yeah,
do want
let's
to
see
talk to Daddy.
Yeah, we have some others to go, so let's get through them. Maybe we'll circle back, but yeah. Cool. All right. Chance. You're number 3. So, what is Chance doing the last day of summer?
Okay, so from the previous night, she did some sendings, and then she's gonna try to stay up, do some astronomy, do some work on the journal, and she's gonna stay up until dawn, until about 6 a.m.,
Mm-hmm.
and then sleep until 2. So she is fresh for staying up already.
Gotcha. Cool.
Uh, she'll do some exercise because she's trying to get her hours.
Gotcha. Are you going out for a run? Kind of like to get that jog exercise?
I don't know. She'd probably consult with Erlon, see what you know. We're trying for con, maybe swimming, get some endurance there.
Gotcha. All right. You and Erlon can work out or do like some swimming laps.
You
Great.
gotta wear clothes though, dude. You gotta wear clothes.
What's Erlon's reaction to that? Being told to wear clothes.
I hate it. I hate all of it.
You do see though later in the afternoon, Lance is swimming with his
Oh yeah, when it
cloth.
got to me, I was totally gonna join Lance at one point.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, since I don't get up until 2 p.m., it's going to be later in the afternoon.
Later
I don't know.
afternoon.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same time. I don't know what time that was, but
Yeah. We just said like in the late afternoon, so that could easily work for you to kind of like wake up, do your morning rituals, then go out for the workout swimming. So great. Anything else you're doing inside the Mizare Mansion, or are you leaving Mizare Mansion on the last day of summer?
no, she'd be going through the information that we have and trying to, do the patterns and do the probability prep on that.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. So as you are doing that, like we're time souping a little bit. You're sitting in the back next to the pool and everything. After you've swam, then you're doing the probabilities. Lance and Erlon are finish up with their swimming. They go inside. You're packing up and getting ready to go inside when suddenly you hear a flapping sound. Why don't you roll perception check?
Why didn't that show up?
Yeah, it didn't show up yet.
Okay. All right. I'll try that again.
16. Awesome. So as you hear the flapping sound, you look up and you do see a creature is sort of, well, not a creature, an imp has appeared and is at the moment kind of trying to land on the wall for like the property line. And it appears to be an impish devil. It lands and it's staring directly at you. It's about, I would say, 10 feet diagonally up. Do you do or say anything?
Yeah, she just looks at it and sighs. She's like, what?
Do you say what in common or in infernal?
You know what? Infernal.
I'm much better language. Greetings, mistress. How are you this evening?
I've been better.
You do see that Hamra and Jack are both growling at it. Well, been better. Is there something I can do to help?
What is it that you're trying to do here?
He groans. Mistress, I have been sent by a venerable one. I am to be your faithful servant and ensure your protection and well-being.
Why do I doubt that?
I don't know why you would.
Why would I trust you?
Why wouldn't you?
First of all, you're, devilish. And the only other people that I really know aren't really friends of mine.
Well, number one, you are devilish, so I don't understand what's the point there. And number two, you haven't made a lot of good friends, apparently.
Yeah. Who sent you?
The venerable avarice one.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
He face palms. You don't know who the avarice one is?
Do I?
You can roll a religion check.
All right. I don't suck at that. Apparently right now I do. Let's see what Manny can help. No.
Yeah, you still have no idea who it is, and that's all right. Look, I can't really say his name because it's powerful. Names have power, but he is the Archduke of one of the hells themselves. Your progenitor, whose power runs through your blood.
I'm sorry. And why does he worried about me?
The other ones that were a part of the bargain were contemplating ill towards you, and he wanted to send a message.
Right.
I am to serve, contract, guide, and correspond with the rest of the Jazine family on your behalf.
On my behalf.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still not trusting this, but I don't really have anything to say to them, so there's no need for, you know, talking through you, I guess.
That's
If you
fine.
if you want to follow me around, I don't I don't really want that, but you do you, I guess.
It is my task. I have to.
Uh-huh. And see, the thing of it is, I'm kind of on the mission to go out and do some good this evening, and I feel like you're going to kind of um hinder that and or tell your venerable one what's going on, and he might try to hinder that or send. There's other people. I just feel like this is not good for mostly me.
The avarice one is aware of your quest and does not intend to interfere in it. However, if my presence would hinder your quest, then I'll stay where I am not seen.
Where you're not seen, right? Then I can't keep an eye on you. Uh, Fine. Stay. I don't know. I don't know what the best option is. Stay. I don't know. Do whatever it is that you need to do.
Excellent.
If you cause trouble, I will stop you, though. Okay?
Define trouble.
Mm, I'll know it when I see it. Probably anything you want to do is probably a bad idea.
I don't deal with ambiguities, mistress.
See, I'm all about ambiguity.
Well, you're a devil. Start acting like one.
But I'm not. See?
See, I can argue all day about this. It's literally my name.
Argue?
Quibble.
That sounds fantastic. I bet Lance would like you.
Well, I am no wizard's pet. I am dedicated to you.
So not what I want.
Neither do I. But I will serve honorably, happily, and should you wish for any quests or any contracts, I can help assist with that.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely not gonna happen.
But rest assured, you are safe from the rest of your family.
And is the rest of my family safe from you, me, him?
Eventually, you will have to meet, but they will not be able to interfere, or they will be violating the terms of their ancient contract.
Yeah, I hate being a bargaining chip. Whatever. She just kind of packs her stuff and walks back towards the door
Goodbye,
to go inside.
mistress. And then he just disappears as he casts invisibility on himself. And does Chance tell anyone about this incident?
Oh yeah. As soon as she gets inside.
To who?
Depends on who she runs into.
Roll a d4. It's alphabetical, so Zanny.
Zanny.
When is this?
This is the late afternoon.
Okay, so I'm not awake because we haven't got to me yet, but I would not be awake during the afternoon. I'm doing basically what Chance is doing, but the opposite of it.
Gotcha. Okay, re-roll again, Chance. Reroll again. That is Lance with 3.
Lance, are you awake? Yeah, you just came in. Even if you're going to bed, you haven't finished changing probably yet. I don't know.
Lance is gonna run on coffee tonight, so it's fine.
Right. Okay. I don't know if this is good news or bad news. Well, my family's not going to be bothering me
Good news.
because my even more ancient family sent a babysitter. The family that, and she just gestures to her horns.
Did Quibble come in with you?
No.
Oh. You
There-
have a demon babysitter?
There's an imp that is, yes,
Oh,
apparently
sweet.
supposed
Where is
to.
he? I would
I
love
don't-
to meet him.
I don't know that he can come in the house or not. Quibble, if you're here, where are you?
No response.
Is Lance would have checked. Is this house kind of warded?
It is.
Ah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he might not
there's-
be able to get in the house,
There's actually some wards around here. They're not bad.
but he could definitely get in the garden, or he was trying to.
Yeah, he was right on the border, like on the wall, and you saw like he was like almost like something was pushing him back, even on the wall of the property.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. Apparently, he's here to serve me, and do my bidding, and make sure nobody hurts me. And he says he's not going to interfere in our heroics, but I don't trust that.
Um.
I mean, mostly I just before we leave the house, I have to tell the entire group that we have an imp following us. It's fine? Question mark.
Um.
Right?
We'll just wait till everybody gets together at what, 8?
Yeah, something like that. But yes, I would love to talk to him when we meet him later.
All right.
What's his name? Did he tell you his name?
Quibble. He likes to argue. I feel
Oh,
like you two will get along
perfect.
great. Yeah.
He's gonna be my best friend.
I mean, you already have Sheldon, so you know, I guess you have an affinity.
Sheldon's a demonic spirit or a devilish spirit.
Yeah.
I
Like
could
I
have made
said.
him look like an imp.
You could have maybe.
Ooh, Sheldon, do you want to be an imp? And then you can argue with Quibble?
And he's right now in owl form. He kind of like fluffs up his feathers a little bit. Roll a d20.
I mean, Hamra and Jack, I don't know that they like Sheldon, but they get along with Sheldon. They did not like this guy.
Yeah, it was odd or even being like 2 imps. So yeah, he wouldn't mind being an imp.
Hmm. Can he talk as an imp?
Don't know if familiars can talk, even if they're imps, though. That's the one thing I'll have to double check. But for now,
Yeah.
I don't think unless you're packed to the chain.
Yeah, that's how I'm like, yeah, no.
Although Parrot Sheldon did a good job.
Yeah. So great. With that being said, let's go over to number 4, Zanny. What's Zanny? You mentioned you were sleeping, but what are you doing the last day of summer?
It's. I think she's after she does her training with Alice and Bruce. She goes and gets herself some breakfast, and then she goes and she just takes a look around the nearby area. Like she doesn't like she just goes around for a walk around the block, more or less. Like she's not leaving the district.
Okay. So you do see you're right now currently in Arch Hill, which is right here on the map. And on it. Most of the area is like very like narrow roads and everything. It's enough for like one carriage to get by at a time for it. You see there's lots of people walking, very like rich and wealthy families live in this area. As you're walking, you do see there is like a pathway trail or like a sign that points towards the Nakarok trails, sort of like a hiking trail that goes upward up the mountain for it. But you also notice that there is a sign that shows when you spotted it the first time you were here, a workshop of sorts with blue smoke coming out of its chimneys. You see the name Ollie's Arcane Labs. Do you go
I
inside or
did
do
want.
you just try to peek inside the windows?
Yeah, no, that's. I think that's going to be my one stop for today. Is that that was the one that I saw going in, and I'm like, I want to go see what that's about.
Okay. You go inside and you see that it is a very neat and orderly area. At least you see there's in the foyer lobby area, there's a lot of like blue arcane lanterns, bluish lighting everywhere you look, signifying the arcane element of it all for it. Very nice and respectable looking shop. And you see that there is a human individual that greets you. Ah, welcome to Ollie's Arcane Labs. How may I help you today?
Ah, I'm honestly I'm new in town, and I just kind of wanted to come in and see what you were about. I saw you on the way in, and I don't particularly know what you offer. It seems like you're extraordinarily magically inclined. Is this residual work?
No, but you are correct. This is Ollie's Arcane Labs. We specialize in crafting magical items as well as research. If there is something you'd like us to create, instead of you spending time and effort and energy, we create it for you. We can also research new magical items to develop them in research and development for it at a cost, of course, as well as can help with castings for identify and legend lore.
Oh, okay. Oh, well,
Allow me
I've
to show you our brochure. And passes you a brochure of sorts. You then see the kind of like some of the pricing that they will literally craft very rare magic items for you and even research how to create certain very rare magic items on whoever the client is.
huh.
So they do both research and development.
Zanny just kind of looks through the thing for a second. Oh, oh, wow. Okay, first of all, I'm being very rude. I have not yet introduced myself. Hi, I'm Dr. Xana Shar, Glory Song.
This
And
person meet you. I'm Hussein Kamaran.
Hussein.
Yes.
Am I getting that right? I'm sorry, I'm not from here. My accent's a little weird,
You
I know.
pronounced it correctly, Hussein. Yes.
Okay.
I am
I
one of
just
the assistants and administrators here, working on behalf of Raleigh.
okay. I honestly I feel like I have one idea I'm rolling around in my head, and I didn't even know a place like this really existed until I happened to walk into it. So y'all are a bit of a blessing for me. I think I I have some ideas, but I definitely need some time to work out the specifics on them. But uh, shoot, I wish I had some of my old business cards. Daggone it, I don't keep them around no more.
Of course. So if you do wish to consider it and return another time with a concept, we can definitely work with it and work with you to design any specifics.
Oh, here, this. I mean, this will work. Here's she pulls out a copy of her resume and hands it over. Says, "This is just to be clear. This is not me putting in an application, but I am also a qualified and pretty accomplished alchemist. But maybe we could collaborate on some projects together. And while I'm in town, maybe I can lend some of my expertise. Uh, I have some items that help me with my own crafting, so I may be able to help give you all a bit of well, I mean, to put it frankly, a bit of a speed boost when it comes to putting things together while I'm around.
Well, we definitely can appreciate it. Having certain discussions at a later date. I'll pass your information to Mr. Alim, and he can review it. Is there a
And-
way we can get in contact with you?
Well, that was, I mean, that was the other thing. I'm currently I'll be staying at the Messer Mansion, and so any inquiries you need to send to me can be directed to me there. But in addition, you're welcome to do any sendings to me, and then of course I also kind of left the resume as part of uh, personal effect. That way, if you need some sort of something to identify me, you have it as well.
Understood. All right. Well, I'll see if the master is willing, and we can go forward from there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You all have. This is amazing. I really wish I had worked for you literally this moment, but once I tap down this idea, I'll be back in the next couple of days.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for you, and hopefully we see you again soon.
Thank you so much. And she takes well, is the pamphlet to stay here, or is it for like a thing for people to take and be like, so you have pricing?
Yeah, you can take it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so she takes that little pamphlet with her.
The brochure would also have like pictures of different like items they've crafted for it, both like standard and unique.
And then like some of their custom jobs that they're allowed to show.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
That is awesome. Zanny's like looking through it as like that was her one and done. She's really trying to stay focused on tasks today. So she got a little bit of exploring in, and then she's just gonna read that as she walks back home. Well, her temporary home as it is. And she goes and basically preps to go head to bed around noon, 1 o'clock, so that way she can be up for like 7, 8 o'clock.
Gotcha. All right. Perfect.
And then as soon as she gets up, then she wants to go through her old morning routine that she would do of like doing a double cast of aid to give everybody the extra hit points, and then taking a short rest to get her spell slots back.
Gotcha. It's all right. We'll get to the aid spell in a moment, like when we are actually getting ready to go, but I'll notate that you have your spell slots even with the casting part, because you take a short rest right after. So awesome. All right. Anything else for you, Zanny?
No, I think that's it. Thankfully, I sleep through the arrival of the imp, or I might have just shot it on sight. I was like, oh God, please don't come to me and tell me there's an imp. I will go find it. I will just kill it. I'll just kill it.
Poor Quibble. All right. And then last but certainly not least, Big Red. What's Big Red doing throughout the daytime?
he's up the whole day.
Last day of summer.
And also this will be after swimming, because I believe we said like what, that was around noonish or afternoon.
That late afternoon. So
Late
I'd say
afternoon,
it's like
okay.
closer towards 4. So you have all day if you want to spend in the mansion or go out in the city. That's up to you. Whatever.
No,
you
if that's the case, then he's gonna go out then beforehand.
Okay. Great.
And he
Are
at
you
first probably is particularly looking for a gym, but in
Mhm.
all honesty, he is just looking for anything new. Like especially after experiencing the cinema for the first time, wants to see what else is around and what's new in this town, because we were promised a tour, and we kind of gonna go tour, so we're just gonna make our own tour.
Yep. All right. Roll me a D10.
A deed hand.
D10.
Deed hand. Deed hand. Why did it close? There it is. A 5.
5. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Okay. So you go to downtown Zarek. So you're literally in the heart of the city, over here in downtown. And there you start wandering around looking at things. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. Roll me a d6.
D6. Gladly. 3.
3. Okay, as you're in downtown Zarek, and it is a very bustling, very active part of the city. The roads are a little bit more wider, but you see there's lots of different carriages, as well as the trolley that's going through the different roadways for it. A lot of different housing, or not the housing, the stores and the buildings, they look more newer than things for it. So they definitely look brand new, lots of polish, lots of everything looks very kind of like eye attractive for it. And as you're walking around for it, you pass by what looks like to be an ice cream shop. As you kind of look in, there's like rows of ice cream that is being offered for anyone who wants to eat it for a
So are you
price.
just trying to fatten me up this session?
I don't know.
Uh,
So would Erlon partake in ice cream? You rolled the 3, so
I mean, it's something new. So he will at least stumble in and see what's going on with this place.
yep. And you see that it is a gnome baker. She welcomes you very excitedly for it. Let me just make sure grab the manifest so you can see all the different things for it. 1 second. There it is. So she's like, "Welcome to the Silver Creamery," and you see that there is a bunch of different scoop flavors, everything from banana, birthday cake, black raspberry, caramel, cherry, chocolate, coffee, lemon, mango, mint, pistachio, strawberry, and vanilla. And you also notice that there are also some cakes that she's selling, including carrot cake, chocolate cake, fruit cake, lemon cake, strawberry cake, and vanilla cake.
No red velvet. I'm hurt.
No red velvet at this moment. You can protest if you want,
um,
but yeah,
with all this ice cream, is there little tasters?
yeah. She'll, if you ask, she'll give you like a little tiny spoonful, like for you to try.
All right, we're gonna try every flavor.
Roll persuasion check.
I must persuade her. This is craziness.
You're trying to ask for every
No, I
single
know
flavor.
every flavor. It was good. No, it's not.
Yeah, she's gonna say, "Can't give you every flavor. You gotta pay for something."
Look. It's my first time, okay, trying this stuff. And I don't know if you know, but I'm Big Red. And, I've done a lot of things, seen a lot of places, met with a lot of people. And I feel like with this new place, I could really, talk to people about how great your sweets are if you let me try all of it.
I mean, are you involved with the Paragons?
The Parawatties?
I'll take that as a no.
No. What's that?
They're the local guild here for
Oh.
strong, heroic types.
Oh, well, I am part of a guild now that you bring that up. I'm part of the Skender's Guild, actually.
I mean, you do see she kind of like is a little hesitant to say stuff or anything. And she's like, "That's nice. Um, I'll give you 3 flavors to try if you want."
Wait, sorry, I didn't catch that. What'd you say?
I said, "I'll give you 3 flavors to try if you like."
3 flavors. You know what? It's better than nothing. Fine. Give me those flavors.
All right, which ones would you like?
Oh, you said you had a raspberry, right?
Yep. And she goes, yeah, black raspberry.
All right, let's do black raspberry.
That's 1.
We'll do, try banana.
Banana. That's 2.
And last but not least, I have to at least try out your chocolate.
And that's 3. So I'm gonna ask you roll me a D3. Type in like roll Discord /1D3. Roll space 1D3. And let's see
Is
which
it
one you
one
like.
roll?
What was that?
1d3. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
So number 1 was black raspberry, number 2 banana, number 3 chocolate. See which one you like.
Totally did not do it right.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Oh,
minus
yes, yeah.
marks.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
3. You like the chocolate. That's
That's
your favorite of the,
That's
of the
good.
3.
I was hoping so.
So yeah,
Um,
try chocolate and it is delicious.
So I do like your chocolate. May get more of it, at least for my friends. But I know you're talking about this Paragon, guild. Um, and I told you that I am part of Skinner's Guild. Have you heard of Big Red?
Can't say that I've heard of Big Red. I've heard of the Skenders Guild. They're the guild down south. They're one of the rivals for the Paragons. It's the three-way rival with Paragons, the Dawn Callers, and Skenders Guild.
Gotcha. Well, I guess my reputation precedes me because I mean you definitely should have heard of Big Red, and I feel like you're not really up to date with all the news around here, not knowing me.
I'm sorry. I read the newspaper every day. Your name never appeared on it in the Nukrock Daily.
Gotcha. Where would you mind pointing me to where I might be able to find this Necroc Daily?
The newspaper company, I think, if memory serves, they're over in the, as I look at my notes, Amra. They're over on the east side of the city, like probably 30 minutes from here.
Okay. I'm gonna have to have a talk with them, and then soon, I feel like after I talk with them, you're gonna name an ice cream Big Red.
I wouldn't mind if you're as famous as you say, I think I can name a flavor after you.
All right. I'll be back, I promise.
Great.
Um,
If you want chocolate, it's 10 silver per scoop.
oh, that's right. I did say I was gonna grab that chocolate. How well does it keep?
It's it's pure, so if you go outside, it's gonna melt quickly if you don't eat it.
Fantastic. I'm gonna put it in my pockets. Um, let me see. You said it's how much silver?
10 silver per scoop.
10 silver per scoop. Wow. And I mean the chocolate is good. I don't know if it's that good. Um
Yeah,
we'll,
frowns at you like it's not that good.
we'll do I guess we'll do 5 scoops then.
5, so that would be 50 silver.
50 silver, 50 silver. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I'll pay you this time. And then when I come back after, talking to the press and you name that flavor off of me, I feel like the next time is going to be free.
If I see your name in the newspaper, I promise I'll give you a free scoop.
Promise is a promise. I'll take that. He pays her 50 silver because we're struggling right now.
Great. So you have 5 scoops of ice chocolate. You go out. What are you doing? Because if you go outside, it's gonna melt if you don't eat it quickly.
We know him. Uh, well, I had a plan to go to this freaking newspaper place. So if I see it constantly melting, I'll just do small licks to try to keep it together, but still intact enough for my fellow team members.
Okay, so I just want to make sure you understand. You have 5 scoops of ice cream in one cone.
She didn't even give it to me in like different containers.
You want container? Okay, I just want to make sure I understand what you're going for.
No. Definitely didn't want 5 stacks of scoops of ice cream. That would
That's what I was envisioning. Is
Yeah,
you're
no, you're
asking for
good.
5 scoops on top of
It
each
would be totally fucked. No, it's to go.
Okay, so she's gonna put them in like the cone. The cone's in like a little bit of a cardboard like
Okay.
container, so you're holding just like a tray for it. And
Perfect.
cover it up a little bit, but it's still gonna be melting very quickly because There's no chemicals or added preservatives. These are like
Mm-mm.
pure ice cream, and pure
Totally
ice cream
fine.
melts very quickly.
As it
So-
should. And I'm going to make my way. At least, I mean, I don't know any sense of direction here.
So
I
I'm not.
will.
Are you heading straight home to try to put the ice cream in the fridge, or are you trying to head towards the newspaper still?
No, that's voice of reason. We're not voice of reason right now. We are on a plan to get my name out there because I'm pissed that a little ice cream shop doesn't even know who I am.
An ice cream shop that's in another city doesn't know their name.
Look,
How dare
they
you.
should still know what's going on. Like literally.
You
Fair.
don't know who Big Red is?
So you make your way. I'm gonna ask. Are you asking for directions, or are you just going based off of what she told you?
Going based off of what she told me.
Okay, I'm asking you to make a survival check.
Sounds fantastic.
You're not asking for directions. Big Red doesn't ask for
But
directions.
no, we are going survival check. Oh yeah.
Yep.
This is gonna be beautiful. Let's go.
What the number is? 15. All right, you make it to the Zarek Daily area. You leave downtown. You are power walking through it, and you arrive at Amra, which is a very the wooding and the kind of like with the way I said everything was newer in downtown. Here, it's more older. You're able to see, oh wow, there's like these buildings you think maybe have been here for centuries, potentially. And they have been renovated occasionally, but these buildings are old and they kind of like are emblematic of the culture in Zurich. You continue forward, walking and searching for it. You pass a coffee shop, you pass a park. You could see in the distance the university for it, and you see a large hotel. I'm going to ask you to make one more survival check just to see if you can find the newspaper place in this city area. You are able to do so. So you are able to find the Zarek Daily. You see kind of like the name of the newspaper place on the top, and you enter a very well lit lobby that has a lot of like yellows and opal colors associated with it, as well as the grays. Um, and there's a receptionist there, and they welcome you. What are you saying to the receptionist?
Um, who do I talk to give the story of a century to?
Oh, do you have an appointment?
Well, I was approached by many people, and they said that once I shared my story, that I should definitely get here as soon as possible to make sure everybody knows about me and my team.
Who is um who's your team?
But well, hold on. Before we talk about my team, you haven't heard of me, Big Red?
Big Red. Aren't you one of those individuals that was in the helped save the city of Timoshk from Radiant Idols?
Yes. Thank you. Someone knows what's going on in this world.
Well, we try to stay ahead with what other newspapers are publishing. So
Yep.
if you like, take a seat and I'll see if one of our editors is available.
Definitely. And make sure they know that you have Big Red here waiting on them.
Of course. So you take a seat and I want you to make a perception check.
Okay. Perception check, you said?
Yep.
Should advantage 24.
You notice the ice cream is melting and you were able to quickly move out of the way so there are not brown chocolate smears or spots on your pants.
Gotcha.
It's melting because you were outside in the heat power walking for it.
God, this isn't even closed containers. What kind of place is this? Fucking technology. Uh, so if it's like dribbling out of one of the containers, he'll just literally put his mouth to it and just like sucking it clean. Yeah, like a gerbil, like literally gerbil action going on right now.
You're able to suck it clean. And it is delicious, but yeah, it is melting quickly. Being here in the cool air conditioned area of the newspaper is better. Uh, but eventually you are approached by a catkin.
Whoa.
All right, looks like we got Big Red, legendary axeman from Skander's Guild. How are you doing, my friend? He offers you a hand to shake.
I will definitely shake it.
All right, great. What can I do for you today? You have some story for us?
I do, yes, actually. I'm kind of surprised, coming to the city of Zarek here and finding out really quickly that a lot of people don't know about our story until I've come to this fine establishment.
Yeah, it's your deeds. I mean, some people are hearing about it, but most of your deeds have been outside the city, right? And plus,
Yeah,
you're
but
part of the Skender's Guild, and you were also in the East. Um,
yeah, but I feel like the things that we've done kind of affect you. The city in a certain way as well. I mean, I feel like we've done so much and have had such a big impact that I'm just surprised that it hasn't hit the papers here.
how about I write that wrong? How about we get for an interview? Do an interview. Tell me your opinion on who Big Red is, who the Crimson Peacekeepers are, where your loyalties lie, and such.
Fantastic. Just make sure they definitely, you know, can just, focus on all the amazing deeds that myself and my fellow companions have done.
Yep. So we can definitely do that. So you free right now, or he kind of like looks as there's like a dribble of chocolate coming down the containers.
He notices that he looks down at it. He looks at it as well. He's like, "Oh, this is just a little treat that I was actually going to give the my fellow peacekeepers." And unfortunately, I completely forgot how hot it is here. And do you have any place I could probably put this? You know,
uh,
any bag of cooling? A friend of mine does have a bag of cooling.
we don't have bags of cooling here. We have a refrigerator in the back. If you want
Refrigerator.
that, yeah. Unless you, I'm not sure if your friends are waiting for you for that ice cream, but
Oh no 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 no! It was a surprise. You'll find out very shortly in my interview that Big Red is full of surprises, and this is one of them. Just for my companions. So they are totally fine waiting. They don't even know where I'm at, which is great, and I'm hoping to surprise them with this lovely story as well.
all right. Well, if that's the case, if you want to do this, let's do this. Let's take you to the back, and go forward with it. So I'm gonna let you, Big Red, roll one insight check if you want.
Inside it is. This is gonna go so well. Goal 30-20.
Okay. You remember Lance and Chance once mentioned that they went to the newspaper uh, over in Timosh, the Timosh Gazette, and there were some issues, some concerns that they had before. They brought that up, and that was when you guys went and spent time at the Lunar Hotel a couple nights after the attack. You also know that newspapers maybe can be a little prejudiced or definitely opinionated, or at least spreading certain opinions. This one you're able to insight may have a certain agenda they may want to know from your perspective. And he did mention like where your loyalties stand.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you have a choice now to continue on and give an interview or backpedal and try to come back at a later date with other individuals. So what would Big Red do?
Fuck. Mm. Um,
You rolled the dirty 20, so
I
you
know, yeah, I
see
know.
that.
And now knowing this information, this does change things. Granted,
You
I
get
mean, Big Red would just, go on the occasion. Um, all right, knowing that they have some kind of type of agenda, I don't want to look like a complete fool. Me specifically. Um, So I will. Well, first I will reiterate to him that I want this interview to be more about my agenda. Am I able to possibly sway him in that sense?
Yeah, your agenda. We're going to talk about who Big Red is, highlight your deeds, what you've been doing, what you want to do, everything you've been doing over in Jedna, how Jedna is, how your opinion on is from in Timoshk, and how things are in that city versus Zarek. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Okay. Well, and that's the thing, right? So thinking back, what you said originally is you said where my where my lines lies, right? I caught on to that. And if that's the kind of interview you want, then I might have to get more of my party members involved.
It's up to you. I won't pressure you. I have the journalistic integrity. I have to ask questions to get
No,
the
no,
full
I,
answer.
I've been there, done that kind of deal. I know how this works.
We can do 2 interviews if you want, but it's up to you. I know you have
Oh,
the
yeah.
ice cream melting, so you got to make a decision right now.
So hold on. You're saying 2 interviews. Is there a possibility of there being 2 different stories of, in this newspaper of myself, and then we're talking about, more of your type of stuff that you want to talk about the next time?
Depends on what we cover. So if you're talking about your heroics with Skander's Guild, and it also involves some of the Crimson Peacekeepers, it may naturally flow into that conversation topic.
Okay. All right. So let's I'm a betting man lately, and I'm betting that if I take this interview right now, okay, we're gonna make it a spotlight story about Big Red. Okay. Next story, though, if you can promise me, we focus on the Crimson Peacekeepers and what we possibly can do for the city of Zarek.
Let's see how it goes then. And he'll kind of like usher you in. If you are willing, on, we can RP what exactly you tell him during that interview. Do you move
Uh,
on or do you backpedal?
so it was mainly going to be literally all of the stuff that we've achieved together, all the way back from when we, first helped with the train heist and such.
Yeah,
And
we can RP that, Erlon, with
oh,
the
okay,
full thing, so that way you can see kind of like some of the questions he's asking,
perfect. Gotcha,
and
gotcha, gotcha.
we'll go forward from there.
Okay, sounds good.
You give an interview on Big Red, and we'll see how it goes for it. And everyone else might be surprised for how it goes for it. So great. You return home. I'm gonna say very quickly, roll a survival check to see how fast you can get home before the ice cream completely melts.
Well, it's refrozen again, right? So I have some time,
Yeah,
right?
you have some time, but then you're going right back into the heat.
Granted, it's refrozen in like a pool. Oh shit!
You get lost, and you come home, and it is liquid. There's still some that can be enjoyed. But it's definitely liquid at the end.
If I run into Nazir, the real
Yeah.
Nazir, I am going to quickly give him, if it's in a bag or however I'm holding these, to him, and be like, "Look, don't tell anybody about this. But if you can, if you have a refrigerator, which I believe you do, put it in the freezer quickly. I tried it earlier, and it ends up actually refreezing. I don't know if you know about this realness here, but it refreezes, so it turns from liquid back to ice cream, which is kind of cool. Can you do that for me, please? Don't tell Alice or anybody about this.
Of course. You have my discretion. I will put it in the freezer right away.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Takes the ice cream liquid and that's in like kind of like the cone containers, the cones and everything, and he puts it into the freezer. And there we go. All right. And with that being said, let's take our break and we're going to come back with you guys preparing for whatever it is, having a group conversation. and then we'll see what you guys are going to do that night, which location you're going to hit up. So let's take a 10-minute or Alice 10 minutes. Yep. And I'll see you all in 10 minutes. See you soon. Welcome back, folks. We're back from our little break. Last time, for those who may not have seen it all, we did some downtime for the last month of summer. Day is now turning to twilight. The group is gathering about to discuss their next moves, as well as talk about the imp in the backyard. The proverbial imp in the backyard, and the literal imp in the backyard. So, time souping it. It is now, I would say, 7:30. You all are gathering about. You all said you'll meet in the telephone room, and you all meet in the telephone room. So take it away, the scene. As you guys have come forward, you guys can start the conversations.
Is the telephone room big enough for all of us?
Yeah.
I'm offended you would ask.
So, items just to
Well, I
get-
imagine a telephone room being like, a large closet, like a walk-in.
Oh,
Well,
well,
this is in the
clearly
past.
you
I'm
were
sorry, go ahead.
never a teenage girl who needs a couch to sit on to talk on the telephone.
Yeah. So if you guys notice, I changed the map. The old school telephone rooms were actually basically like a living room in and of itself. So you guys are right here, and let me switch the map to nighttime. Look at that. I had both daytime and nighttime maps for it.
That's so nice. Hold on, let's see. Can we see it better? Okay, there we can see it better there.
So yep. But yeah, you items to discuss is any issues you may be having with the imp, as well as where you are planning on going to try to find the entrance. This being the night with the most moonlight. So you all can take it away.
All right. So my thought is, where do we want to start with this? And do we want to split up into some teams to try to cover some more ground? Because we do have at least a couple of musically inclined people.
Nothing bad has ever happened to anybody who has ever gone on a separate mission.
Absolutely. Not ever in the history of ever.
Would we split it 3 ways, or is it 2 ways, or we each go our own way with our little summons, like Jens has Hamra and I have Nasir? Like what's the division here?
My thought was, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I was trying to think it out a little bit earlier, and I was just thinking 2 teams, and then Chance with one and you with the other, and let the bards do what the bards do, and kind of we just serve as protective detail while we hit place to place, trying to see if we can find the thing using that song, try to call it out.
We did get more horses so that we can go quickly across town. I don't know whether we want to split up or if it might, we go to a place, we sing the song, we see if anything happens. If nothing happens within an hour, we go to another place.
Yeah, didn't what's her face say there was danger and lots of bad people and things hunting
Yeah.
this as well?
Yeah, other people were looking too. I mean, it was kind of, I was thinking it's kind of 6 of one and half a dozen of another. We if we spread ourselves a little bit thinner, we're more open to attack, but we're also more likely to find it before anybody else does.
And if we find it, do we just stand there and sort of block it from view while the others come running from across town?
Exactly.
I
Well,
mean,
the other thing is we can focus on like an area and kind of what Alice said, send the familiars everywhere to search. And then in other areas, but then and then if we feel something in a specific area, then move that to our next location.
Is this a bad time to also reiterate the fact that I'm not a singer?
I mean,
You can sing.
you don't have to be a singer. You just have to be a performer. You can
I can
play
sing it again.
and.
Lance will sing it again.
Do you want to do your third group? I mean, it's mostly
I don't-
poetry. You just have to be lyrical.
Yeah, I don't know that you've got to be very good with it. I think you've just got to be. I think you just have to have the talent to put some magical oomph behind words, and the rest of us can't kind of do that.
I can do a little.
Lance will sing it in Primordial, but it'll sound like Nip Nip is singing him.
Well, which dialect are you doing? Because there's 4 dialects: fire, water, wind, earth.
Aquan.
Okay, so you sing it in Aquan, and yeah, it sounds like water flowing.
I feel like probably Earth would be. Were you teaching me Earth earlier?
Yeah. But Aquan sounds funnier because it's all bubbly.
Right. I mean, just from a. If we get started now, I know that the door doesn't come out until 11, but we could maybe go to the observatory now and spend a few hours before that happens. That's just my own personal kind of selfish thing that I want to do while the moons are full.
Does that help us find the door?
I mean, the observatory was one of the places that the door was, so we could just hang out there beforehand, do an extra singing, and then we're already there. And also, we hang out at the observatory.
This
That
might
sounds pretty boring.
Alon, I was about to suggest this as well. We do take the 2 teams, and Chance's team hits up the observatory, and Alice's team of Erlon and Alice goes and looks at other things to do. That
You know that the other options were like just forests and farms, and
No,
there wasn't anything to do.
There is always 2 hours between us and when we should be gathering.
And then wasn't one like a wrecked building?
These doors
Yeah.
are not very
Wait,
exciting.
The 4 ones was the observatory, the middle of the cedar forest, excuse me, an abandoned house, and then some ruins in Old Town.
Can you pull up the map
Sure.
so we can be looking at the city map with the X's on the spots?
Yep, doing it right now.
What's the spot?
And Alice, it kind of was what I was thinking earlier. Is if we find it, I can just hide it and tell you it's there.
Because also, if we do split up, we probably want to do maybe adjacent ones. So at least if we're trying to go from one to another, it won't take us an hour. Because we don't know how long this door's like. Once you find the door, does it stay open for the full 2.5 hours, or is it like, I'm here, you didn't open me, okay, bye?
You'd know. Excuse me. But you would know that the observatory is at the top or near the top of Mount Nukrok. The cedar forest would be in the middle near the lake area. The ruins would be in Old Town over here. And then the abandoned home would be near what do you call it? Cobblestone over here, near New Town Square.
Well, Alice, you know this place better than any of us. Well, not any of us, but you know this place quite a bit.
Yes, I have been told I do know how to get around Zarek. Was there a
Have
point?
you spent a lot of time on the outskirts?
Oh, for 16's sake, no.
It looks like perhaps the observatory and the Cedar Fighter Forest are at least adjacent-ish. So if we split up, we could do like those 2 for the first half hour, or the first hour. If nothing happens at either of those, then we both move and we do Cobblestone and Old Town.
Oh, never fear, I can. We will head no Cobblestone, if only to walk through downtown Zarek.
No, what we're saying is that you need to go to the forest if you're not going with us to the observatory.
No,
because we need to be close.
Darling,
that one,
you
man.
need to take that. We need to take it down. What I was saying is when we move, We will just go to Cobblestone because it's right there.
You know, it'll also be 2 a.m. I'm not sure how happening the town is at 2
Darling,
a.m.
darling, darling. Have you
Darling.
never been to Zarek before? The town is happening at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it might be happening, but we're not here on pleasure. We're here on work.
Oh, of
It'd be better
course.
if it wasn't happening.
Oh.
We can kill two birds with one stone.
We can look at things. Look but don't touch, darling. Look but don't touch.
All right, so we go. Okay, we're opening. We should be where we want to be at by 10:30. Earlier if we're going to the observatory. But so some of us can go to the observatory. Some of us go to the Cedar Fire Forest. Stay there from 10:30 until 12:30, and then if nothing happens, we both go to the opposite side of town. The observatory team can go to Old Town, and the Cedar Fire Forest team can go to Cobblestone and stay there from 12:30 until 2 and see if anything happens. Does this sound like?
Can I ask a brief question? Instead of changing altogether, why don't we do a bit of a more rotation where, we start in the observatory and the Cedar Fire Forest, and then we move on to Cobblestone, and the observatory people move down to Cedar Fire Forest just to make sure that it wasn't, switching. And then the next night we go Cobblestone and Old Town to Old Town Observatory, and then Old Town Observatory to Observatory Cedar Fire.
That is an option. I guess my only thing with like doubling up on, say, Cedar Fire is whether if the song didn't call it the first time, it might not be there at all that evening. I mean, we can try it and see if it. I mean, maybe it is there for part of the evening. I don't know. She wasn't sure. Whatever her name was, Dewdrop.
We should have gone during the day and figured out if there was a connection between these 4 places. Because there's also a total chance that this could appear somewhere totally random.
Well, did I get anything from when I was doing some probability?
You're getting it that it really is random. There's like not, at least from the information you got, the last one that it was in, or like the Kazani, I think you believe you asked me what was the oldest one that it appeared was in the Cedar Forest. That was like kind of like the first one, the first thing. Then it went to Nakarok, then the Cedar Forest, then Old Town, then Cobblestone, then Old Town, then Nakarok. And I'll write that down right now.
Where's Knockrock?
The mountain, the observatory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write it down. Forest, observatory.
So it's appeared multiple times in the same spot.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so we focus. It's not like we're going to go to this spot, and since it's already been there, it definitely won't be there, and we're not going to be screwing ourselves by going someplace that it's already been.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It can show up where it has been. It just can't show up the same place twice in a row.
There may be other places in the city that it shows up, but we know that at least these 4 spots it has been, and it has been more than once.
Gotcha.
So we're good on focusing on these spots in some way.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not a consistent time between the spots.
Nope.
No,
There's not a consistent time, and then the song can actually possibly call it to you maybe sooner than it's supposed to be.
We're not sure about whether it calls it or whether it just makes it easier to see.
And there have been some nights where it has not even appeared in any of the locations. You're not sure.
That's what I said. It could be other places.
Yep.
We just know for sure that it's been these places, and it's been there more than once.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So I mean, we could try in another forest or by the farms, but I say at least for tonight, since we know these places have occurred more than once, and this is going to be our best today and tomorrow is going to be our best moonlight, that we should probably focus on the spots that we know. If we
Yeah,
don't get it within the next 2 nights, then we start maybe
Doing some weird
doing a little
stuff.
more jazz.
So for all we know, this thing could appear in Alice's backyard tonight.
I would like
Let's
to
hope
see
not.
it try.
I mean, your backyard's not very secure.
But
So,
there's-
what is our plan here?
Why don't me and
Well-
you, Chance, go to the mountain and the other three can.
Yeah, that was the first half, but then are we doing a second location? And which second location? Both of the other ones, or do we want to double up on one or switch between each other's?
What was the
I
last one
had-
that we know of it went to?
Cobblestone. But Zanny, were you about to say something?
Well, I hadn't thought about it. The what Alice had been talking about of just one following behind the other in case it's a good fallback in case we end up not spending long enough at a spot, and then the team behind would still be able to catch it if we missed it.
Also,
mean-
if something happens to the front team, then the other team can
Yeah,
know.
All right, that's fine.
yeah, we're mounted, and I mean we're one sending and a gallop away.
So we'll do observatory, cedar, and then cedar to cobblestone tonight.
Yeah, so you all start at the observatory, and then rest of us head over to Cedar, and then we'll just make our way to Cobblestone after that, and you follow us.
Yeah, about 12:30.
Okay,
So we'll have an
I
hour and a
mean-
half at each location.
Sounds good to me.
that sounds nice to me. Does everybody else sound good?
That's fine.
Yep.
All right. Lance, here, take a couple of these just in case shit goes hair with you all, and I will hand him my the two of my grenades, my first grenade and then my standard grenade,
Awesome.
just in case.
How much time do we have?
Well, right now it's like 8.
Yeah, right now it's like 8 o'clock, so you have 3 hours before the door supposedly starts opening.
Well, Team Alice, Team Chance is going to the observatory to look at the moons. Sure, the moons.
And the stars.
Oh, and the stars, darling. Tell ambition high for me. Team Alice, would you be interested in perhaps roping my husband or one of my family members or real Nacier into a little hour-long ritual?
I mean, maybe your husband, yeah. That'd probably be the best bet.
I just, a little séance, and perhaps I could be a bit stronger tonight. I'm worried going out into the city. What might happen, and so, take an hour, and perhaps I might come out the other side a little bit stronger for the evening.
Okay.
Also, who's on which team? Like, because we have an uneven number of people.
I think you just said it, no? Or I think
Yes.
Lance just said it.
I heard Lance and Chance, and then Alice, Zanny, Erlon on the other team. Unless you
Yeah,
said that.
Correct.
I wasn't
that's
sure.
what
If,
I
I
meant.
wasn't sure about who was going with Alice, or if
Yeah,
anyone else was going with me and Lance.
yeah, what I picked up from Lance, it was you two going one way and Lance's army of undead, and then the three of us heading the other way.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
And if it's okay with you, Lance, if I can borrow Billy, I don't know. Does he even listen to you when he's that far away though? Like, is it useless for me to have him?
Oh, I can give him a command and he'll do whatever. If I say do what Zanny tells you, he'll do whatever you tell him.
You can
Okay.
take one of the horses if you want, and I'll take one of the camels.
I
I
have a
have a
horse.
saddle for the goat.
Yeah, yes, but we should each have our own creature, so we shouldn't be doubling up in case we need to escape quickly. We have 2 camels, 3 horses, and an undead goat.
Yeah.
And a big red.
And you hear Lance mumble, and we would have had an undead hippo, but we forgot to go get it.
I am sorry.
It's not your fault. I also forgot.
Also, take your shots. And Zany gives aid to everybody.
Yep, I was just also gonna say that.
Shot.
Everyone, so how much is everyone getting, Zanny?
It is a 10 buff to your max HP and current. It'll fill those 10 max up immediately.
Yep. So everyone adjust your maximum hit points. Great. Any other conversations before we start changing scenes?
Sorry, did you say something to me?
No, I said any last conversations before we start changing scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
How are we gonna also be in contact with each other? Say something doesn't
Sending.
happen. Sending? Okay. Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Each team has at least one person that can cast sending.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question before we break?
Mhm.
For, those of you who are magically inclined, if you had to choose, one magical, spell, I suppose, what do you think would be good for tonight? I'm not exactly up to date on my, wizardry ability to look at a spell and write it down into a book, but
I mean, specifically tonight, we're probably looking at trying to find something hard to find.
See invisibility, true sight, something like that.
Yeah. Invisibility, seeing. Weirdly enough, object location that might be helpful. Like just being able to the gate to the Dwelvin ruins.
that's not on the list.
Is it one of the? Oh, hang on. Is it one of them seances? Like, okay, so there's only certain spells you can have in it.
This is just a very long list of spells, so I don't want to go through all of them to pick one. So if you guys were like, oh yes, here's a, what is it? Oop, I picked a freezing spear on accident. I can't read it. Oh,
Which
level
spell is this
3rd.
again?
It's got to be a 3rd level spell lower.
Fireball.
What about detect magic?
That works.
I mean, that's pretty basic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simple and it's very effective and it's ritual.
Oh,
You can just spend some time and there you go. Your eyes glow for a while.
I don't think I want my eyes glowing. They're already quite lovely as is. Thank you. Now we just have to do a seance so I can actually get the spell. It's just it's ungodly long list of things to look at.
Yeah, it's some sort of it's of any level you can cast, and it has to be like divination or something at some other school. But it's
Oh,
like,
no, it's any spell.
oh god,
Yeah.
it's wild. Okay,
In
Yeah.
3rd level or lower?
It's
it's full wild card.
it's up to 4 willing creatures, and it's the same amount as creatures like the same level, but I don't have any 4th level spell slots, so 3rd.
Almost like a mini wish.
Yeah, but it's just it's a headache to actually like go through all of them because oh, I'm sorry, it does have to be divination or necromancy. You were correct. It's just a really long list of spells.
Locate object, 2nd level divination spell.
Perfect, thank you. That works. Done.
Are we good? Are we good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. One other thing to mention. If you happen to see an imp, probably not following you, but following me, don't immediately kill it.
I saw him. That's what that was. I thought it was a bug outside my window, and then I saw those damned wings and a horn, and honestly, Chance, I thought you were flying around out there. Oh,
He's like a foot and a half tall.
I only saw a horn and a wing, okay? You would think with my natural 20 perception check, I would have seen a little bit more than a horn and a wing, but that's all I saw.
It was casting invisibility, that's why, Alice.
Well, he's a whore.
The DM is like, by the way, he was casting invisibility. That's why, even with a natural 20, it's like, how could you see something that's invisible? But
With the
you
power
never
of
see.
friendship.
Yes.
But yes,
Right.
no, I thought I was going mad. I saw him twice yesterday out of the corner of my eye, and it wasn't like a ghostly situation. It was like he was there, but no one saw him or believed me. Honestly,
I mean, we would have believed you. You had mentioned it.
well, I got preoccupied by the movie. Okay.
I'm just glad it got mentioned before I saw it.
Yes, apparently he is a bodyguard of sorts.
You don't need that with me
okay.
around.
But you're not going to be around, are you? You're going to the other location. I have an imp.
Okay.
What am I? Chopped liver?
Yes.
Not a bodyguard, that's for sure.
You're Lance Blacksands. You have a formidable skeleton army.
Also, I wasn't dissing on you. Erlon just said, "Why do you need another bodyguard with me around?" And I said he wasn't going to be around.
Well, guys, if you can make two of me.
It's not exactly like I
want.
want Quibble around. So
Wait, that's its name?
Bibble?
Quibble?
yes.
Your
We're
name
gonna
is
be best
Big
friends.
Red.
He just wants to argue.
What you said? Wow, really, Alice?
At least it gets a name instead of a number.
Yeah, I suppose.
He's at least kind of important. That's good. All right, I will make sure to not shoot him.
I'll make sure not to hit him with my axe.
I can't promise. He was definitely spying in my bedroom window yesterday, and I was not
Wait,
fond
what?
of it.
Oh yeah, if he's
Well, he
spying
was-
on me, I will send him to the hills.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure he was looking for me, which is weird because I was in my room, but I maybe had the blinds shut. I don't know.
That's fine. I feel like the first time he peeked in my window should have been a clear indication that I am not you. Darling, as beautiful as you are, we do not look anything alike. You are much more tan than I am. Alice is real pale, despite living in the desert.
I mean, I'm not sure I would call this tan, but
But I felt
That's
like
cringe anyway.
I thought sunburned would be a little bit offensive, so I went tan. But yes, tell him to please kindly leave my bedroom window alone.
well, he didn't seem like he could get past the gate, so he couldn't have been too close to your window. Or at least he shouldn't have been, unless he could have gotten past the gate. He was having trouble the other day.
Alice, you can roll a insight check if you want.
Sure.
Silly peeping imps.
Yeah, from the way you think back to because with what she said, you think carefully about the way you saw the creature. It wasn't standing still. With a 28, you get the feeling that it was, and this is just the realization, trying so hard to just like fly straight towards the window, and he got buffeted away from it.
Oh, he's
So,
like a little dog on a glass door.
yeah, basically trying to look at the window to see what's there, and then just getting blasted away by it
Because
Okay.
your house
From
is
the wards.
warded.
from the wards.
Yes, well, I do owe Adnan a lot of thanks, Lance. If I had seen his actual little face peeking in my window, I probably would have screamed. Bruce probably would have shot him.
Yeah, why does Bruce have a gun now?
Oh, Bruce is a bard.
Also, he had a gun the very first time you met. He pointed at you, Lance. Remember?
I understand, but why is he using it?
Because someone's out to get him. Did I not mention all of this?
I was angrily cleaning bones.
Oh. Well, the long and the short of it is, darling, one of his business partners is kind of working with the Harbingers and is hell-bent on destroying my husband, so I have been pushing for him to take a little bit more care of himself.
Your husband's business partner is what?
One of them is possibly working with, like, violation or despair, according to Geith.
Oh, okay.
Are any of them my relatives?
There's only 2 of them, and I don't think so. Did it?
You would have met them, Alice. No, none of them are. Or one of them, his name is Amal. The other is Agravain. Well, Chance, did you tell them your family's last name?
They all heard it when Diab
Gotcha.
outed
So
me.
then, yeah, just double checking. So yeah, you would not have heard of them being part of the Jazine family.
No. Then no. I don't have the specifics. That's a little bit outside of Geith's purview at the moment, but all I do know is that it is a problem that needs to be solved, and currently it's a problem being solved by Bruce having a gun.
Yeah, okay. That this morning makes a whole lot more sense.
Yes, that and the fact that Geith did inform me that if I did not walk down this path with you guys, my husband would be dead at this point, so I've been having a day. Also, my family's in a lot of danger. I'm assuming it's the same for all of you guys, so really, really check in on your loved ones if you have them. Lance, I'm not sure you have any, really, because your whole family is a bit hostile, except for Adnan. But I think he's okay.
I should probably call my sister at some point, see how she's doing.
Yeah,
The
but
only
don't
person I'm
worry so
worried
much
about is
about
at Aunt Nancy's house.
don't worry so much about Bruce though, Alice. We're gonna toughen him up real soon.
Oh yeah, Erlon said we're supposed to help him get better at defense, and we're supposed to help practice surprise attacks.
Yet don't hurt him. Like I said, just give him a light shove or something and be like, oh, if you hadn't been paying attention, I would have stabbed you there. Don't hurt him.
Yeah, so what she wants is him to be a sparring partner without the sparring part.
No, Alan, I said you could, with his consent, have a bit of sparring going on, but you're not allowed to break any of his bones.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a wizard. I can't hurt him too bad, right?
Perfect. You're actually the perfect sparring partner.
Yeah, if you want him to become nothing but weakling.
Perfect. I was trained in hand-to-hand combat by my orc cousins, so
I feel like I've made a grave error.
Yeah, you still want them to train them, or would you like the girl that uses guns on a daily basis to train the boy that uses guns on a daily basis?
No, see, Zanny, that's what you're for, is to train him how to use a gun on a daily basis. But I have to make sure he's ready for, whatever. And sometimes it's Erlon.
Beat him on a daily basis.
But
Also, Zanny, I kind of feel like I enjoy our girl time.
oh, well, that's a whole other story.
I love Bruce to death, but honestly, sometimes I want to work on my swordsmanship and have Erlon beat the shit out of him.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there's no arguments from me on this. I just no. You have presented me with the facts that have given me the information I needed. Thank you.
All right. With that being said, other conversations are had, but just because of the time and everything, we got to move the scenes. You all do the seance, have the guide, the aid. Shazani, you get back your spell slots because you take that short rest, and you all are off. So we're gonna do 2 teams.
Do the races.
I'm gonna want Chance roll a d20 and Alice roll a d20. Okay. So let's do team Chance for a quick moment for it. You see the trail. So you and Lance are going. I know Lance just said BRB. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably not best to start with us.
Yeah, that's why I was like, wait a second. I just saw the BR when I was looking at the numbers. That's when I saw it. Yeah. Then we'll do then Alice. Okay. Alice, Zanny, Erlon, you all are heading towards the Cedar Forest, looking at the location that Dewdrop kind of like marked on the map. So, we ask a couple questions here. Number one, you guys are riding there or walking there?
How common is people riding on horseback through the city?
It is uncommon, but not people aren't going to give you looks. Because just it's a leisurely activity, especially for individuals like nobility. They're like, I'm just going to go for a ride with my horse. So you'll catch people looking at you because that's rare. Wow, you have a horse that you're just going to leisurely take a night stroll with.
Okay.
So it's just-
No one's gonna like stop us.
no one's going to stop you and be like, hey, why are you doing with this horse? What are you doing with this horse?
Yeah, no one's gonna be like Alice Mezer was out riding a horse like a common ruffian last night.
How dare?
I
That's
know.
So, riding or walking? I think the goal is to ride, but just want to confirm that.
I,
Shh.
I also think riding was part of the idea to for one of the teams to reach the other one faster if shit went down.
Yeah.
So, and I know Zanny, you're gonna be with Billy. Alice, you have Estella, and Erlon. Are you taking a horse, or are you gonna be riding behind, like with Alice?
Or one of the camels. We
You
have
can
enough
hold on
camels
to
for everyone.
me.
Yep. So, which is your choice, Erlon?
Definitely not sharing with Alice. I guess it will be just the camel then.
Okay. Which one are you taking?
Sorry,
Sandra or
Alice.
Humphrey?
Nothing against you, Alice. It's like it's just don't want to impede.
You're like my little squire.
So, go ahead, Chance. I see you unmuted.
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Which one are you taking, Sandra or Humphrey? Erlon.
Humphrey.
Humphrey. Okay. Cool. So we got Billy, Estella, and Humphrey. Okay. You guys are traveling there, so I'm gonna ask who's leading the way. Who's gonna be making that survival check?
I have a +4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you or me. You've got +4. I've got +5.
Oh, you go ahead.
Plus
You guys
6
can give
over here.
advantage to Zanny.
Oh,
Oh, you
you
go
up?
over there. Don't step on that. That's such. So, Zanny, go ahead, make a roll. Survival with advantage.
Woohoo!
Very
Woohoo!
22.
You go to around the near that location for it. You rolled that one, so let's go with Erlon. Roll me a D100.
D100. Gladly. Bling. 43.
Cool. And then Alice, roll me a D100 as well.
Oh God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna kill us. Oh,
73.
that's not
Cool.
bad.
You all are traveling, and it is very, very dark in the forest at night. The only one who could see reasonably well would be Zen.
I've
'Cause
got
she's
a
moving.
light cast on
Okay.
my
So-
wedding ring.
Light cast on your wedding ring, allowing other creatures to very easily spot you.
That's fine. I can't see. I'm not navigating through the darkness. Don't be insane.
It is interesting though for how dark it gets. I'm gonna ask Alice to roll a wisdom save for me, please. Because you are so used to being able to see the stars, city, anything, but under the canopy, away from the city, it almost feels like everything is just pitch black around you. And you're able, with a 16, able to endure that, able not no fear just like overtakes you, but it definitely is unnerving as you're going down the passage of just not being able to see the stars, not even able to see the moon at some points, just because of how thick the forest is, and just going down this dark road at night. But you are not affected. Erlon, I believe you are immune to frighten. Is that the case?
I believe so. Let me just verify really quick.
I know, Zanny, you have dark vision, so that's
Yes.
why you're
Well,
not.
I have advantage against being frightened.
Okay, so then make a wisdom save, Erlon.
Okay. Obviously with advantage, correct?
Correct.
You said wisdom.
Yep. Zenny, you're the only one who doesn't have to do it because you can actually see beyond like the periphery and everything.
15.
Same thing for you, Erlon. It is unnerving to feel cut off from the world. Like literally, the mountain's shadow is cast on you. The city lights are gone. The stars and even moons are blocked by the thick canopy. But you're able to keep calm and just, especially as you see Alice's glowing light ahead of you, you're able to keep.
She's glowing, eh? Mm-hmm.
You can all three of you continue going towards the location, and you get to an area near the river, and then you start, or sorry, not the river, the lake that leads into the river, and you start following it, trying to find the location of where Dewdrop mentioned. I'm going to ask for one more survival check with advantage for you, Xander. 21. You get to the location and you look at kind of like at the circle that Dewdrop wrote and kind of like wrote rocks, interesting rocks here, interesting rocks, like looks like this, like lots of descriptions from a fae describing it, and you're able to go through it. It takes you a while, but you're able to figure out what she was saying for it. And you get to the location, you feel reasonably comfortable within a certain proximity for it. Looking around, you do see that there is an area where the moonlight is coming down, illuminating this branching Y area for it. It's not exactly like a T, but it is kind of like Y shaped as it goes forward. All three of you are there. So what do you three do?
All right, I think this is about as close as we're gonna get. I'm not entirely sure on the angle of what we need to be looking at here.
Do I have to play for the full 2 hour and a half that we're here?
And if I remember right, it's about like the language you perform it in. Like you can do it if you do it in common, you have to just do it a bunch.
I don't. I know Elvish and Rian and Rumic and Common. Which one is the best one, you think?
I think our best bet probably take a stab at it in Elvish then.
All right. Well, I haven't spoken Elvish in a while, so you'll have to forgive me if my grammar's a little bit off. I hope that's not a problem, but sure.
I mean, I can help with some of the literal translation stuff. I ain't much of a singer, but
Alice is gonna run through it once in Elvish. She does actually speak Elvish. She's just gonna have to think about it for a second before it comes back to her. Did that sound right?
so
Zanny,
yeah,
I was about to ask you. You speak Elvish, right?
I do. Yeah,
Okay, then yeah, you would be able to confirm.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of like the literal translation of what Lance was saying. So yes, that
Okay.
is it.
And there's not really a melody to go along with it, or did you drop sing it for us? Or was it just spoken?
It was. I think it was more spoken word. It didn't have music written with it. It was the cadence in the rhythm. It's the music is math and math is magic and that through line of that stuff.
Perfect, then Zanny, I'm going to need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
You don't have to sing it, but I just need you to sort of speak it over and over again while I play the violin to try to find the tune, I suppose. I'll take over when I get it, but I can't do both at the same time.
Okay.
Alice is gonna play her violin and see if she can find a good melody to go along with it.
And when you figure it out, if you want me to, I'll switch to the guitar and try to back you up, I guess.
Both of you roll performance checks. Erlon, roll a perception check.
Yep. I was literally
Just right when you said that.
just texting. Oh, yeah, messaging.
I'm including it. Yeah, they were just like, yep, don't worry.
Oh, I have a +1 to that too because it's my violin, so it's 28.
Excellent. So yeah, Alice.
Oh.
Jesus, Erlon. Okay. You guys, with the natural 20s on the perceptions, it makes it less fun for me as a DM. Okay, fine. performance checks. Let's deal with that for a second. For the performance checks, Alice, you perform beautifully, and you kind of try to make a slow rhythm with the thing. You don't speak Dwarvish, but you've heard Dwarvish, right? You just don't speak it. And you're trying to merge somehow what the original Dwelven race was, this extinct race. You try to incorporate the elven long notes, but also the deeper tones of the dwarves. It's an interesting mixture of the two for it as you come up with some type of rhythm that would match the quotes or the lyrics of the song Dewdrop mentioned. For you, Zanny, you do well. You practice on the guitar for a few bits. You're not overly proficient because this is not something that you're proficient with. But even still, you do a really good job strumming along and matching Alice's rhythm and the way she's playing it. Definitely, you're more on the supportive side, but you're able to keep up with it. And the two of you are able to make somber music for it, deeper tonations from the guitar, and then the both higher and slower notes with the violin. You both are doing that, finding relaxing moment underneath the moonlight. Erlon, you're keeping an eye out, and then something catches your eye. You look and stare for a moment, and just out of whim, you throw a rock. You have like a tiny pebble that you have in your hands, and you throw a rock, and it hits something invisible. And for a moment, it flickers active before vanishing, and you see that there is an imp that has been following
No shit.
you. You do not know, though, if that is Chance's imp or some other creature.
Can I say its name, Quibble? Like, can I say it to see if there's ever any response?
Do you shout Quibble?
Yep. Quibble.
No response.
Can I say then instead of that? Can I say, stop hiding? I can see that you're right there.
You say that in what language?
Draconic, because I've been practicing so much.
No response.
Doesn't do shit.
Yep.
All right, but I did notice it was kind of
Alice and
doing
Zanny, you
imp.
do hear. Sorry, Alice and Zanny, you do hear Erlon shouting that, though.
Okay.
What
And
is what?
Quick question, DM. You said I did notice that it was possibly an imp, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Then I'll relay the message as soon as Zanny asks. Like that, Zanny, I saw something. I tried to see if it was Quibble, but I don't speak whatever Chance was speaking to it before. But it definitely was an imp of some type.
I imagine the thing would recognize its name, whatever language you said it in.
I don't know how that thing works. Do you want to say to it infernal?
Well, I don't actually speak Infernal.
Alice?
Alice is really getting into the music, and she's finally had enough, so she stops and goes, "You make it very difficult to play. What is it, Elon?"
Look, there's something over there. It's an imp. And I have a strong feeling it might not be the one that Chance has.
You think it's a bad imp?
Possibly. I don't know. Can you talk to it?
Can I talk? I've already listed off the languages that I speak, darling, and one of them was not infernal.
Well, what use are you guys?
Oh, I'm sorry. And she's gonna hold out her violin. Would you like to play the violin?
No. Huh. Well,
Hello. Where is it at, Elon? Point me in the right direction.
I'll point to exactly where I saw it, and I threw a pebble at it.
Alice is gonna go over, and she's got her arms sort of folded across her chest. She's still holding onto her violin. Hello, are you there? All right, look, Erlan already saw you. You can't just be sitting there invisibly pretending like you're not there. We clearly know you're there somewhere.
Can I
Erlan,
yell at it like in anger and fucking makes
are you
like
sure you saw it?
I'm positive I saw something. I am
You're not
completely
just
positive.
jealous that Chance has a
Ugh.
new bodyguard, are you?
No, Alice. I'm not jealous of this new
You sure?
bodyguard. Positive, guys. I'm telling you, I saw something, and now he gets angry, and he just yells again. Show yourself, or I'll swing this axe at you.
He's probably
Where-
moved.
Where was it? Right over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fuck it. Why don't we try this? We're out in the middle of the woods. I'm gonna drop a. I'm attuned to the staff of swarming insects. I'm gonna drop an insect plague like 5 feet from Erlon's face, and we're just gonna cover a 40-foot area sphere
Oh
and
shit.
see if that imp's in it, because it won't identify itself. So fuck it. It can take 40-10 piercing damage if it's there.
Sally, what is that?
You hear a dot, and something gets consumed by insects.
My friend said your fucking name, you dipshit. You should have answered.
I really
You're following the wrong person.
hope that wasn't Chance's imp. I don't know if she'll be mad or not if we just, obliterated it.
It was supposed to be following her.
Yeah, if it was a good bodyguard, it wouldn't have left her.
Well, maybe it's a little bit, not that smart, and Erlon's big red and Chance's just red, so it got them confused.
How about
They're
you?
not.
One of you guys send a message over to them, or to Chance, and ask her if her Quibble friend is with her or not.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like-
a good idea.
I feel like we should definitely not use a spell slot, and then just later, when we see them again, go, oh, how's Quibble doing? And if she says, oh, it's fine, then we don't ever mention that we think we killed him.
Oh.
How about this instead? And Zanny's gonna do sending to Chance.
She sends anyways.
Go ahead. What does Zanny say to Chance?
It's Zanny. There was an imp here. It did not identify itself. I'm pretty sure it's very dead. Is your imp with you?
Is my imp with me?
You
Quibble.
don't see your imp around you. They're staying out of sight till you tell or call them, maybe. But if you call them, that's also being sent to Zanny at this
Yeah.
moment.
Quibble. If here, show yourself.
What do you want, my mistress? He suddenly appears right next to your face.
Yeah, Zanny, he is here. Did you run into something? Gonna guess yes.
She just looks over. She just turns around and looks at Red and now it's like, I said I ran into an imp. What is it? What is it? What? I gotta say the other one. I can't answer her.
You can't answer her?
I mean, I can, but if I do, that means you're on sending detail.
Oh. Oh, I mean, did she sound worried?
No, she just had a follow-up question. And I'm just saying either I'll follow up and answer, and now you're on sending detail, or I don't.
Well, how about we don't, and then when we move on to Cobblestone, we just go, oh, by the way, be on the lookout for imps. We handled it. We're
Yeah.
very capable people.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's that staff that we found while we were dealing with the hags.
I don't like it.
I'm not a big fan of it either, and I dismissed the insect plague because it lasts for 10 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
We found a lot of very gross things in that hag area, and this might be the worst one. I never
I'm
want to see
leg-
this again.
Yeah, I'm legitimately thinking of selling it, and it could be at least worth a decent amount of money, and we could use it for seed money.
We can use it for literally anything but what it does.
Yeah, that's about as close as I'm going to get to using it. I'm not going to do the other thing, because the other thing it does is it makes a little insect and it makes it really fucking big. It either makes a bunch of little ones or it makes one really big one, and I don't like that one.
Okay, I'm gonna go continue playing my violin and not think about all of the bugs I just saw and think about them crawling all over my skin. Erlon, you did a very good
No.
job. Thank you for being a fantastic bodyguard.
Ah,
You're better than any imp could ever be, darling.
yes. I will continue being that bodyguard.
That was Alice giving you inspiration, by the way.
Oh shit, yeah. I'm inspired to be the best bodyguard.
And now that I know we've got actual things trying to kill us, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna back up Red in case something else happens to show up.
Well, we don't even know if that thing was trying to kill us. Didn't even give it a chance. Which
But
I'm
it was
okay
trying
with.
to spy at least.
Yeah, true. Very shifty. All right, I'll take on the DM moment. So you guys continue to play the music, and we're going to time sweep over to the other group.
and they find it, and all is well, and we save the world and
The end.
make $1 million bajillion.
That was beautiful. Yay!
Wow, it's the fantasy I've always wanted to live in.
Happily ever after.
Aw.
Same.
He's back at Cypher Pay. No.
Anyway.
DM, I'm really sorry, but we finished the entire game while you were gone.
Yeah, we actually finished the campaign.
Yeah.
Cool. So then the world ends. Got it.
No,
Perfect.
we're actually all
yeah, everybody
super
said
rich
hey.
now.
So, all right. Sorry, I had to go really quickly. What did I miss in the
All
last
good.
30
Oh,
seconds?
Erlon's inspired.
All
I'm
Yeah.
inspired.
Yeah, and Zany's just gonna back him up on keeping an eye out now that we know we are actively being watched.
Yeah, at least some other third-party force is trying to watch over you guys.
Zany's two thoughts are either another party is spying on us, or whoever sent Quibble, or what's his name? Is that his name, Quibble?
Yeah, Quibble, like to.
Yeah,
to
whoever
watch.
sent then whoever sent Quibble sent more than just Quibble.
Gotcha.
Um, I would like to summon Nasir. Really, she's just gonna have him amble about in his non-corporeal state and see if he kind of runs into anything, because he's also invisible, so
Mm-hmm.
barely existent. So he's just circling.
Yep. Perfect. All right. Let's continue on to the other party.
Told you.
The party.
The party.
Oh God.
All right. So, Chance, you're which horse are you riding? Or a camel?
Stardust.
What was that?
Stardust.
Stardust. Okay. And is Lance riding Chase or Sandra?
Chase.
Cool. All right. Let's split this up. So Lance roll me a D100 and Chance roll me a D100. Five. 61. Cool. All right. You guys are climbing up the mountain, like up the trails, and it is peaceful. And at one point, you even look. It does take a while though, because you're literally going up the mountain passage for it. You notice an interesting thing. What there is a lift system that you see has been built with cables that's taking carts up and down the mountains. Looks like it's leading down towards one part of the city. Both of you can roll perception checks if you'd like. Lance with the 15.
I don't know. My mind is double rolling everything.
Chance, you wouldn't be able to tell, but Lance, you're able to see like the cables sort of like go past Zazine Square and towards maybe Umra. You can roll one more. Roll an intelligence check. You're not sure, but you know the cables run towards that part of the city. But otherwise, there's not like active carts right now going, but you do see like the infrastructure for potentially like carts to go up and down the mountain for it. You
That's going to
go
be
ahead.
useful if we want to get from here to Old Town.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
Take us halfway.
You all head continuing up the mountain passage, going forward, and eventually, after about a good hour, but you left early, so it doesn't interfere with any of the RP or such, you reach the observatory. And the observatory is definitely an impressive sight to behold. It is a large building with multiple telescopes, as well as one massive one that seems to be having certain enchantments that kind of like obscure it a little bit. They are active right now, so you're able to see that there's like some shadows insulating the telescopes, acting as a way to block out the city lights that may be affecting it. And let me just look right here. Okay. With that being said, you were able to see the observatory, and there are some lights on inside. It does appear to be active. You hitch the horses nearby, and just for fun, since you guys are going in, roll both of you a dexterity check to see how well your knot tying skills are. 13. Great.
Mine was a 3.
And oh, there's your 3. Sorry, I didn't. Okay.
What? Why is it coming up as a save?
D&D
didn't
Beyond
click.
stupid.
I didn't click save. Also, my save has +4, so
It's rolling right, but it's calling it a save.
Yeah,
That's what.
weird.
Yeah, that's what mine was doing last time.
Either way, Lance, you see your knot is very, very loose.
let me help you.
Roll another dex check, please. Better, yeah.
Lance still doesn't trust it. Lance is gonna pull out
What's that? Permanent
Gordy.
glue?
Lance is gonna pull out Gordy
Okay.
and be like, make sure
did
the
he do?
horses don't run away.
Gordy nods. Chance, are you about to say something though?
No, sorry. I was my button clicking is attached to my talking, and then I talked to my mom, so I unmuted it to talk to my mom.
Gotcha. No worries. No worries. All right. The two of you enter. Let me switch scenes for this. And you are in the observatory. You all are right. Let me put these on the GM layer. You all are right here as you enter. Do you see the map?
Yep.
Cool. Just checking. Yeah. You see there's a dwarven individual who seems to be doing paperwork. Looks up. Good evening. How may I help you today?
Well, the moons are out, and this is an observatory. I was hoping to, observe.
Are you part of the university?
No, but I was for a while conversing with Professor. Aaron has forgotten his name.
Devotion.
Devotion out of Jeddah. He said if I was here, this was the place to be.
See, do you have a letter of recommendation from him?
Not on me.
Do you have a letter from any of the houses here in Zurich?
Not on. Actually, didn't I get a letter of recommendation? When I was in the Jedna thing, because they were on
I don't think you got
to
a letter.
train with him. I needed something.
I don't think you got a letter from Devotion, or from Professor Devotion.
Right. Again, not on me. Didn't know that was a.
We got an introduction letter from him to talk to the guy to get the skeletons.
Yes, that was.
Yeah.
Well, this is a private observatory. I'm not sure I'm able to allow you in to use the telescopes.
I know I'm not from Zurich, but my name is Lansal Blacksands, from Tamashk. We're just here in town, and it's such a lovely opportunity with the double moons that we just wanted to look around for an hour or so.
Lance, let me do the talking.
Because it delayed pass it. You're like, I'm the bard. I have the plus 13.
And I'm the one that wants to do this. Don't screw this up for me. No, I am. Well, I'm going to ask on my own separately. Yes, I was not aware of that. He did not inform me. It made it sound like I could just come here. I can certainly get those things in the near future, but I mean, the moons, it's right now. If I could just observe, I won't. I'll let whoever is, manning the telescopes do it. I won't touch or change anything. Just want to observe what they're observing.
He starts thinking for a moment. And then he's like, well, let me check the telescopes for a second. And he's like looking through certain documents for a moment. Chance, you hear near your ear, Mistress, do you want me to make him give you access?
No.
Doesn't respond after that. Lance, roll an insight check very quickly. Okay. And then both of you roll persuasion checks separately.
I was due.
Jeez!
Oh.
Really, guys?
Should I call in Manny to up that over 35?
A natural 20, 2 natural 20s. He never stood a Would you like to make a donation for the evening?
I think we could do that.
Since you are from an esteemed house, well, at least one of you is from an esteemed house.
Chance just sort of snorts at that. Not for him, for herself.
He doesn't know. He only knows land.
Would Lance know what would be considered an appropriate donation?
That was what the 5 was. Insight was either to bribe or like a proper protocol for it, and you got a 5, so you don't know what's Lance's initial offer for a donation.
Lance looks at Chance and kind of shrugs and hold on, actually. How many of those do I have left? 2.
Okay, that seems excessive.
He's already. That's
he's looking at her bag. She's like, "That's excessive."
Like, here's 10 gold bars.
Well, Lance was going to give a gold bar. That's what he was thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead. You want. What would
Chances-
Lance do with 0 context?
Yeah. And like I said, if Lance is rooting through his bag, she's just like, no.
Oh, does 200 silver appropriate?
200 silver from your esteemed house. Yes.
I'll donate 5 myself for the students.
Then
Yeah.
I will match it.
So what? So it's 500 you guys are each donating, or
Yes.
okay.
Because Chance intends to come back, so she wants to make a
Good impression.
yeah.
Well, that's why Lance was going to donate a gold bar on our behalf.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, but this isn't gold bar material.
A gold bar is literally worth what we're giving him anyways.
I know, but it's like it's the oomph behind it, right? We don't need the oomph. We save the oomph.
This is also on the 5th day, so it is a weekend. So like a lot of the university is not using it. So that's also why that was you saw kind of like him looking to see if there was even any availability. But you both pay 500 silver, and he offers you a couple brochures for the observatory itself, and then starts leading the way to unlock the door.
Chance's little tail is wagging.
Yeah, you would notice right here in the middle of like the entrance, you're able to see that there is this magical sphere that shows the different star map, like a celestial map of all the stars around Tellos. So it's a complete 360 map of where like the planet is, and then all the different stars just like outlined for it. At least the current visible one. You would also see sort of different, and you could see this in the brochure. There are different like magical illusional crystals that are replicating the different planets that are a part of the Tello system, so that you could actually see how the planets are orbiting in an illusion fashion, as well as one that is depicting the sun itself in the corner. But otherwise, you follow the caretaker over here. And you guys want to move your tokens as he's giving you a quick tour?
Yeah. Oops.
Great. He describes in this room how there are like different mechanisms of how they used to be able to try to like divine and see with kind of like creating gates or portals to no avail, different workshop materials and different arcane batteries for it, giving you that kind of like history lesson for it. He also mentions that in down this door you would see more of the charts, more of the technical aspects of it. And then he mentions that in this room, next room will be the area where you have the actual rows of the telescopes. So I'm giving you access right now. I don't know why it doesn't automatically do that, but Chance, can you move the tokens now for your familiars?
Yes, now I can.
So yeah, you see, but these are all things that pique your interest a little bit, wondering would the door appear even here in this area? They're not technically ruins. There's just a lot of different like magical items, and some of them appear broken to a certain extent, or at least worn down. Eventually, though, he does open this door and leads you into all the different telescopes for it. All right, feel free. I think we only have one individual here that is observing or performing. Oh, there she is for it. Evie, or there, it appears you will have some company for the night. And Lance and Chance, you look and you see a girl or older, little like in her early 20s, stops and kind of looks and is like, "Oh, hi, hello." And then just immediately kind of focuses back on the telescope. Well, if you need any assistance, you can look through the telescopes for the evening. We'll readjust them and clean them and later on in the night. But come get me if you have any other questions.
Thank you.
He nods and heads back to the front. What are Lance and Chance doing as they're now uh in the telescope room?
Chance is probably just like geeking out and boring Lance with like, okay, so this is blah 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 blah, and explaining how everything works. And
Great. And Lance, you can enjoy it or you can find it terribly boring. It's your choice. How would Lance what would Lance's reaction be?
He's listening. But he's not necessarily like particularly interested in the astronomy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's listening, but he also doesn't feel like he has like a horse in the race. So he's just nodding along.
you do need
Nicely.
to tell tell me when it's time, uh, just so I don't get lost in my own.
Yep. And these
Lance.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Lance will just start humming the song to himself
I,
because he
I was
can't
I was
sing.
I was gonna say the same thing, that while she was doing this, that Chance would just kind of be like under her breath, kind of like preparing herself, chanting, like not not loud, but just sort of getting the, all right, we're sending the vibes out there.
Yep. Eventually it does come time. It's now like 11 o'clock. Chance, this is phenomenal. The level of this like telescope is kind of like the one you experienced over in the tower. And it is great. It's even really great because you can have it's not moving necessarily like how the other one was moving across a lot of space, and it has a shroud around it, a magical shroud of darkness that is helping block out all of the city lights for it.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, Lance would probably just see, that the chances amongst the most excited, that he's kind of seen her, like the most animated, and like aside from maybe when she's writing or talking about stories, uh she's got a little tail wagging. She actually looks like she's having fun.
Awesome. Eventually, the hour does come, and let me just roll one quick thing. Yep. And you all start looking around because it's now like past 11 o'clock, and you start. Are you both trying to sing the song loudly or trying to
Well,
keep hushed tones?
okay, well, my question was, when they had seen it, what did they see it in the observatory or around the observatory?
Dewdrop saw it inside of the observatory.
Okay. Yeah. So while we're in the telescope room, like, because there is another person there, we're just kind of like humming, or at least Chance is just kind of like humming and keeping it like, kind of like a under the breath kind of chant.
Yep.
I would say, maybe we move to the map room. If we're gonna be.
No, Lance would want to be in the room with all the broken artifacts.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
I thought.
Cool. So yeah, you would go there and sing a little louder. Nothing appears to happen.
I mean,
Lance will
we're doing
sing
it for.
in the primordial.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. I had him teach me, so I was gonna do kind of like verse in primordial, Versin common, Versin primordial, Versin common, kind of like, like rotating it between the two.
Great. Roll performance checks, both of you.
Oh, also, when the time came, I was intending to also enhance ability myself.
All right.
I will use my inspiration because I haven't used it yet.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
And then a dirty 20.
And Manny's singing along too.
Licking your tongue. Licking his tongue on your finger. Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, she kind of likes it at this point.
You all sing it. Nothing happens. And I will say, as we are getting closer to the end of the session, you eventually migrate towards the forested area where the cedar forests. The team Alice leaves the forest area and heads towards Cobblestone to the abandoned house that they heard before. And nothing is discovered on the first night for
We're
you
not
all.
even rolling for that.
I rolled for it separately behind the scenes. So,
What about our performances? Are they worth nothing?
not tonight. Sorry. But for the first night of investigating, you scout out a good amount of the areas, but no luck on this first night with the locations that you picked. We'll pick up next time on the 1st of autumn, of the new season of autumn, on the 1st of feasts. And we'll see which locations you pick again, and if they do bear fruits this next time. But with that being said, it's 10 o'clock for us. So we'll call it there. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Good night.